Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text HIM to 215215. That's HIM to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Lipsy across midcourt, around a screen from Jackson. Throw it high, Momcilovic for three. It's good.
And that's that floor spacer. We talked about him at the beginning of the game. Three-point threat, able there to knock it down.
The countdown is on for the services of Milan Momcilovic.
So Lipsy circles around a screen, throw it inside. Oh, that went off the rim. Lipsy got his own rebound. Momcilovic for three, in and out, no good. Rebound tip, grabbed by Buchanan underneath. Throw it back for Momcilovic and hits a three from the left corner.
It's going up every time, and too many offensive rebounds for Arizona to give up at this point.
A guy we've had to face, 3 times in the last 2 years since joining this Big 12 conference. Now you have an opportunity to pull him over to your side. St. John's is out of the mix. They went out and got the big man from Baylor, Youssef. So now it's down to 2 teams from Kentucky, the Blue Cats, the Cardinals, the Red Cardinals, and your Arizona Wildcats. Arizona competing against that horse money, that bourbon money down there in the bluegrass. I don't even know what we call our money. What do we call our money here? Desert money? I have no idea what we even call our money. If we have a lot of it, I don't even know what we call our money.
Tucson was founded on?
Is it the silver money?
Copper, cotton, and healthcare.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Copper, cotton. So copper, can we call our money our copper money?
Well, they closed all the mines down, so I think that ship sailed already.
Is that what we're going to say here? Our copper money?
I think Tombstone was silver, if I remember correctly.
There's also the sticky situation with New Mexico claiming copper as their thing, too.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we call our money, but hopefully we have enough of it to get Milan Momcilovic here to Southern Arizona. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I just want to, we talked a little bit about the other day, just kind of how he might fit on this team. But I just want to give you some historical perspective on this in terms of how, what he could add to this University of Arizona roster. So this is a young man who, again, shoots 3-point shots at a very, very high rate. 49%, just a little bit under. I like to round up on these things. 48.7% last season if you're counting. I like to say 49% is what he shot last year from 3. Shot a few more threes than he had the first 2 years at Iowa State, made more threes. He was also a better 2-point shooter last year. So he had never shot. He shot right at 40% as a sophomore, 36% as a freshman, 40% as a sophomore, went up to 49% from 3 as a junior. Also got better from 2, shot 49 his first year, 48 his second year, 55% last year from 2. So just an overall better shooter last season than he had been his first 2 years in TJ Olsberger's system. 61 made threes as a freshman, 63 as a sophomore, so about the same, took around the same number of shots those first 2 years. Last year, though, just off the charts. Went from averaging 165 threes in his first 2 seasons to shooting 279 from 3, 279 attempts last year, making 136 of those 3-point shots. Now, let's put these numbers into perspective here. All right, the most recent best 3-point shooter that we've had here at the University of Arizona was Caleb Love the last couple of years in terms of volume and in terms of 3-point shots made the last couple of years for the University of Arizona. Caleb Love, kind of the standard when you're talking about 3-point shots for Arizona, kind of the standard in terms of a single season. We're talking a single season here, so not necessarily a career, but a single season. 288 taking his last season here. That was the year before, 24-25. 277 the year prior to that. So he's number 1 and number 2 all time in 3-point shots taken here at the University of Arizona is Caleb Love. Now, in terms of 3-point field goals made in a career, it's still Salim Stoudemire. I'm sorry, in a season. It's still Salim Stoudemire, who made 120. That's what now, 21 years ago. Steve Kerr, 2 at 114. Damon Stoudemire, 3 at 112. So the best 3-point shooter in terms of makes in a season here at the University of Arizona, 120 3-point shots. Milan Momcilovic last year made 136. So that's 16 more shots made from 3 than the best guy ever in terms of that number here at the University of Arizona. So this is just some historical perspective in terms of his numbers, what you could be potentially looking at if you add him to your roster. In terms of percentage, that 48.7, that would put him right around third best all time on the Wildcats all-time list. Steve Kerr still number 1, 57.3. Salim Stoudemire essentially number 2 at 50.4. You got Derek Williams and Brendan Lavender in there, but they weren't volume 3-point shooters like Steve Kerr and Salim Stoudemire. So adding Milan Momcilovic to this roster would automatically give you potentially the best 3-point shooter in school history. That's what you're looking at here. If the Wildcats can win this race, if the copper money and what else did you say, J-Dub? The hospital money.
Well, it was breathing, really, like respiratory issues for the dry air. So people came out from the East Coast.
If the respiratory money and the copper money,
cotton, copper, and healthcare
can outdo the horse money and the bourbon money of Kentucky.
Tuberculosis treatment money.
The tuberculosis treatment.
Now,
then you've got a shot.
Now, DK, we're talking about numbers and we're talking about historical and everything like that. I'll give you another number here that I'm looking at primarily that's more of interest for me, and I'll do the same for you. I'll round this number down here, and that's 3.
3.
And that is how many rebounds Milan Momcilovic averaged last season playing for Iowa State. Now, he's a 6'8" forward. He's not necessarily what you would describe as a true interior scorer or an interior player on anybody's team, but that's something that's going to be a major focus for the roster building for this upcoming season, because you're losing 9 rebounds a game in Tobia Walker. You're losing about 4, just under 5 rebounds a game in Koa Pete. You really, in essence, now solely have your only center, your only 7-footer in Moteus in there by himself now, because there is no secondary bodyguard down low in the post.
You don't think Bryce James is going to go in there and get 12 rebounds a game?
I don't know if Bryce is going to be able to get those boards. I think that he's definitely going to be a Braden Burries kind of rebounding guard, don't get me wrong, but I don't know where that extra rebounding is coming from. And Momcilovic, based on his history, is not that guy.
Since we're doing numbers, I got a number for you. How about 2 is the number of 3-pointers that the Michigan Wolverines won or hit in the national championship game. 2 made 3-pointers by the national champions. No, I mean, everything you said is obviously, like, Milan Momcilovic is just a different kind of guy because, number one, he's 6'8", legitimately 6'8". So his shot is really difficult to get up and pester as a defender. He's really good at finding open space. He's obviously comes from that. He's been watching a lot of film on Steph Curry because he finds a way to find those open spaces when defenses rotate. And there's no doubt, we talked about it yesterday, DK, a guy like that changes the entire way that a defense has to game plan against you. Because obviously, Tommy Lloyd's always going to go inside out. He's always going to try to establish post players, rim runners, try to establish that early touches in the paint, and have their guards. I mean, if you've seen Caleb Holt play, that guy's about as aggressive going to the basket as you can get. So the idea being drive and kick, feed the post, you get a double, kick out. If you have the potential greatest shooter in Arizona basketball history, DK, out on either wing, the defense has to account for that, which, guess what? Spaces the court for drivers to be do even more damage. So, I mean, I think Arizona would probably at this stage with the roster they have now be a top 15 nationally ranked team preseason. With Milan Momcilovic, they would be a top 3 team nationally preseason. I mean, that's the difference that it would make.
So, and when you talk about that, then, and we've kind of gone over what he would mean for us, let's look at it now from his perspective as he's trying to make this decision. When he looks at Arizona, what do you think he sees here that would make him want to come here?
Well, think about everything I just said. What happened last year was inconsistent three-point shooting from those guys you counted upon to do that. So the system here is designed to create three-point shots for open shooters, just like they did in Spokane. I mean, the Zags always had a post player, always had drivers, and always had legitimate three-point shooters on the wings to keep defenses honest. Delly's a great shooter. He had stretches last year where he didn't shoot great. If you have a guy, Milan's looking at the U of A's system and the way they run things and watching tape from last year, DK, and thinking, okay, well, if I got that shot, I got 5 feet of airspace. I mean, Joshua Jefferson, wasn't it? He was the All-American guy that was a post player for the Cyclones last year, set up a lot of Milan Momcilovic's open looks. It would be very similar, but he's a mid-post guy. Krivas being a low-post guy, that's so much more space. That's a lot more space for the drivers to get in that in-between. So he's looking right now and thinking, you know, it's either that or Kentucky and Mark Pope's offense, which I'm not even sure what they're doing over there these days because I don't know if they know what they're doing. It's a very set in stone system that Coach Lloyd runs, and it's set up to get open shots for good shooters.
Not to mention set in stone in the sense of he would know the layout of the conference if he were to go to the U of A. The biggest thing about that is that if you go to Louisville, now you have to learn about ACC travel. Now you have to learn about ACC schools and how the courts feel there. And then if you go to Kentucky, you're learning SEC schools and how do the courts feel in the SEC. And we talk, I know people are thinking like, oh, what does it matter what the court feels like? We had the entire Big 12 conference tournament to discuss about how the court felt and the argument about that. So, yeah, no, if he knows the courts, he knows the teams he's going to be playing against better in the Big 12, and he doesn't want to have that learning process for the courts and the bounce and everything else like that in the SEC or the ACC. That's the other part of this, too. How good does he feel playing still in the familiar gyms that he's already been there now for 3 years out in Iowa State?
So Kentucky's known for the hot brown, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's really that question, DK, is does he like a good enchilada or is he looking more for like, you know, what's going on out there in Lexington?
Mm-hmm. All right. So what you're saying is he a bourbon guy?
I don't think he's going to the copper mines or, you know, doing healthcare stuff. So, yeah. No. I mean, I think weather and food, I think, is a part of it.
Well, let me give you the historical perspective on what you said, J-Dub, in terms of this being a fit for a guy, obviously, that shoots three-pointers. Right now, if you look at the top 10 all-time in school history of single-season three-point field goal attempts in a single season, it's three guys, but 5 seasons, 5 of those 10 seasons are seasons under Tommy Lloyd. Caleb Love, number 1 at 288. Caleb Love, number 2 at 277. Kerr Kriisa, number 6 at 238. Kerr Kriisa, number 9 at 227. And Benedict Mathurin, number 10 at 225.
Yeah, I mean, Lute was a slasher guy. Like Lute liked a lot of. Richard Jefferson could not. No disrespect to RJ if you're listening to our show, but Richard Jefferson was not a great shooter when he was in college. He developed that over time and got better and better through the years. But Lute really liked the slashing game. And come on, like the 90s and early 2000s, the volume of threes on both the professional and college level was much, much lower. So not surprised to see that. And again, inside out, Coach Lloyd. That's what I just said. Coach Lloyd's system, DK, is designed to get good looks for good shooters.
And just to kind of on your point, David, I just don't, at this point in the game, at this point on May 29th, and there's plenty of time. I mean, who knows what could happen over the summer. It does not appear that there's anyone in the pipeline that's going to replace all those rebounds that we're talking about in terms of what Toby Awaka and Koa Pete added to this team from that 4 position. I don't know. Maybe they'll go out and get somebody. Maybe, but that of that caliber that we saw from those two guys, I don't know if you're going to have that guy.
No,
this season.
You're not going to replace 9 rebounds a game in Tobe Awaka from somebody that at this point would still be available in the transfer portal. But you're looking at maybe 5.5, maybe 6 would be nice in regards to averages that you got from last season. But again, at this point, it's going to be something that, okay, how are we going to adjust the roster and the spacing to allow ourselves to get those rebounds that we really kind of took for granted when Tobe was on the court, because you just knew he was going to pick one of them up when it was a fight on the boards.
DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We're going to talk Diamondbacks today. Alex D'Agostino from Diamondbacks on SI is going to join us in this hour. Arizona Track and Field competing in the NCAA West Regionals. Ladies were on the track last night. Fellows are on it tonight. It's the quarterfinal rounds. We'll update you on that. We're going to talk to Kaya Crook and Paris McKinsky, a couple of the jumpers on the ladies' side, going to join us on the program. We'll get you set for Game 7 in the West after the Thunder could not close it out against San Antonio last night. All of that and a whole lot more. Cricket will also join you with everything happening here in Southern Arizona this weekend. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Aviation and Palo Verde and Aviation Parkway. Earlier collisions, Tucson Boulevard south of Bilby and a Crash Country Club north of Aviation Parkway. Slowing on westbound Speedway, approaching and passing Main Avenue, and westbound slowing on Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, and our high 97 on Sunday, 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Luxe Boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with the shredded beef dipping taco. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about? The kids who actually have the money to go out there and play tennis. Why haven't we produced any of them? DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Swing into spring with $145,000 in cash and prizes only at Casino del Sol. Every week, you could win up to $1,000 in free play and win an invitation to the grand finale on May 29th, where $20,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Don't strike out. Stop by for your free daily entry ticket and get in on the action. Join us for drawings every Friday and Sunday at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. only at Casino del Sol, an enterprise of the Pasquayaki tribe.
Arizona is where we live and work. Unlike many other law firms, Arizona is our home. They call us the Eagle because with every 5-star review, our reputation soars, and we've got thousands. You also won't see our lawyers on billboards because they're busy representing Arizona clients. We're Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm. Call today at 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the Bulls with Westwood One Sports. Friday, I'm feeling good about Guerrero. Toronto's Vlad Jr. is again lashing out against lefties, hitting .324 against them this year. Facing Baltimore's Trevor Rogers, who he's 3 for 6 lifetime against. He should gash the gap. Rogers has a 6.11 ERA at home this year. Give me Guerrero over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI, no matter the juice. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Geraldo Perdomo and the Diamondbacks up in the great Northwest.
Infield in for the Giants. Perdomo with a base hit. That'll bring home Tillmore. Waldy's home. Here comes Marte. Jerry's got the two-run double.
Geraldo Perdomo, one of the best Diamondbacks last season, had a career breakout year, hit .290, first 20 home run season, drove in 100 runs, but it's been a little bit of a struggle so far this season through the first 52 games, hitting just .223, and so far he has just gotten 2 home runs on the season. Let's hear from the skipper on Geraldo Perdomo's current situation.
Geraldo's grinding a little bit, and he just continues to lead and block out what's happening if he's not having a good offensive day.
All right. How about some Diamondbacks download right now? Let's get that going.
Diamondbacks download.
Yeah.
Baseball talk.
Let's talk some Diamondbacks. Alex D'Agostino joins us. He is Diamondbacks on SI. Alex, always appreciate the chance to chat with you. You wrote an article today on one Geraldo Perdomo, and I'm going to be frank with you, Alex. I am not an analytics guy. I was reading your article, and it was almost like reading Spanish to me. I understand some of that stuff, but not a lot of that stuff. And I get the whole analytical side of it from the player development standpoint, and these guys trying to figure out what makes players tick and talk. I'm kind of more of a straight numbers guy, and 223 is 223. versus 290 last year. The power production seems to be missing early in the season. So what's our assessment? Give me the layman's assessment about what you wrote today about what's wrong with Geraldo Perdomo.
Yeah, so, it's kind of one of my main points of doing that article was pretty much to say everything that he's doing well this year is very similar to what he's doing well last year, or what he did well last year. So basically chasing pitches out of the zone, taking pitches, taking walks, not whiffing, not striking out, like he's still doing all of that. And so that's what kind of the way I kind of ended that article was you kind of just got to wait and see, which is a very unsatisfying answer, particularly when you're looking at the more advanced analytics, because, his expected metrics last year were a little bit better, but he's not doing things a whole lot differently this year. And so that's why it's been so puzzling to see this happen. And I know people are saying maybe he needs to, go back to like the 9-hole or move out of the 3 spot in the order, but he was doing most of his best work at the top of the lineup last year too. So essentially my main point with that was this is almost the same player, the results are not happening. And he's, the biggest thing was the launch angle, which I know people, like you said, if you're not super analytically inclined, it's essentially just how the percentage of how many batted balls are in an optimal launch angle to land for a hit. That is the biggest decrease this year. And so, to be honest, it's kind of difficult to figure out why. And I think for the first part of the season, he was not taking as many pitches, not seeing as many pitches, not grinding out those long at-bats and getting his pitch to hit. But that's actually kind of started to improve. He's actually seeing around the same number of pitches, or like a little over 4 pitches per at bat. He was just slightly below that number from last year. So I think what he's doing right now is kind of providing some productive outs. Had a sac fly, had a couple of, move the runner over type of at bats, and that goes unnoticed in the box score. So what I would say is, to sum it all up, he's been productive. He's just not being productive in the same way. He's seeing the ball. He's doing what he needs to do. It's just kind of not going for a hit. Kind of what we were seeing from Ketel Marte, though not quite the same level of disparity between the expected stats and the actual stats.
Alex D'Agostino is our guest, Diamondbacks on SI. He covers the team. Obviously, the team is on a roll right now, 10 wins in their last 11 games. The storyline there, though, is that they're beating up on some teams that are not playing very well. The bottom 2 teams in the division in the Rockies and the Giants. But that's what you got to do. I mean, we talk about it in all sports. It's like you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And, okay, they've done that. Now they're going to come, they're going to play this weekend against a team that's kind of legit in the Seattle Mariners. Maybe not as right now as good. They're kind of struggling a little bit. Not what we saw last year, but still a lot of talent up there. But I guess I'm like Tori in that I'm happy with the way that they're playing heading into this weekend series.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, look, they swept the Giants twice. They haven't lost to the Giants yet. Giants are not a good team, but you can't really complain about not losing a game yet. I don't think that's ever happened before, by the way, that the Diamondbacks have beaten the Giants 6 straight times to open the season. So yeah, you take that, right? 11-2 over a 13-game stretch. Doesn't matter how bad those teams are. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. So I think the test is coming, though, because the Mariners, they have a good pitching staff. Their offense isn't amazing. They're a quality opponent playing on the road, and then you come back and you face the Dodgers. So are you ultimately going to expect to win all, 3 out of 4 or against the Dodgers? No, but at the same time, you have to be satisfied that you were able to stack wins in the softer part of the schedule, because that's not what they were able to do last year. That was kind of one of the biggest problems last year, was they weren't able to take advantage of the opportunities ahead of them. They would lose some curious games, to the Rockies, to the struggling teams. And this year they are taking care of business, and you have to be encouraged by that.
Alex, were you surprised they cut the cord so early on Alek Thomas?
To an extent, yes, but more so it made sense once we sort of heard from Mike Hazen and kind of their thought process. I mean, ultimately, like, they just needed a totally different approach. They needed somebody who could provide a completely different style of at-bat. And they had given, to be honest, they have given Alec Thomas quite a long rope at this point. I think, he's a good guy and worked hard and provided some amazing moments for this team, so I don't want to disparage that. But they needed somebody who counts, and to be honest, the defense had some odd moments for Thomas as well. So I wasn't shocked that they made that decision. I think they were making a conscious decision to move in a different direction with Ryan Waldschmidt and their young outfield contingent. And it's kind of just one of those unfortunate casualties along the way.
So far, so good for some of these youngsters that have come up. Really impressed early with Ryan Waldschmidt and his approach. Tommy Troy has had a good stretch to, coming up over the weekend and on this road trip to start. But some decisions are about to be made because you got guys that are starting to get healthy out there. Pavin Smith is going to be coming back. You've got, the youngster Lawler who's been on the injured list. He should be coming back soon as well. I'm sure Lourdes is not going to be out that long. So how do you think, or where do you think a lot of this is going to go? Are those guys just automatically going to be or head back down, or do you think any of those young guys could stick here through the rest of the season?
Well, it's interesting because, calling up Tommy Troy in that situation when Lourdes went down, if they weren't expecting him to be down long, it's an interesting move to bring up to add a guy to your 40-man roster and call up a prospect and start his clock. So I don't know. Like, that alone says to me that maybe they don't think that they're going to send him back as soon as Lourdes is back. When Lawler comes back, that might be a different story. I think probably maybe looking at like a Tim Tawa maybe being sent down when Lourdes comes back. Pavin Smith comes back, and maybe that's Adrian Del Castillo, their current left-handed DH, just kind of a one-for-one swap. So we'll see. It'll be tough to navigate, though. And they've had to navigate this all year. That's like every step of the way they've had to kind of make these decisions. And they've kind of shown that they're not afraid to kind of make the tough decision to part with somebody. Now, I don't think they're going to part with Lourdes, but they're not afraid to make that decision if they feel like it's the best course of action.
Alex D'Agostino is our guest. He writes the Diamondbacks beat Diamondbacks on SI. A couple of, I guess it's, like 3-4 weeks ago now, it came out that Torey Lovello, the manager, kind of brought in all the starting pitchers for a little bit of a meeting, and it kind of coincided with this run we've seen. How important was that, do you think? I thought it was. I was surprised he came out and said that he had met with the pitchers. But I like the fact that he was honest about it, and it seems to have sparked this unit a bit. Do you see it that way, or is it again goes back to the fact that you've got capable guys and you're playing, maybe the competition level is just not at the top?
I think it's all part of it. I think it was funny because Torey, it kind of looked like he regretted saying that, and now because everyone keeps bringing it up, and he's like that every time. He's like, this story is getting so much run. He's like, all I did was like very little part of it, but I do think it had something to do with it, right? I mean, they weren't throwing strikes; they were kind of nibbling around the edges of the zones, and it was coming back to haunt them. And yes, they're playing poor teams, but the ultimate principle is right there. It's pound the zone, attack hitters. Don't wait for them to chase and hope that you can make them swing at waste pitches and all that. So I think there was a part of that was significant. He also sat down with the offense, and that didn't turn around right away, but it did start to turn around a little bit after that. So if you're going to criticize Torey for the stuff that goes wrong, you may as well give him some credit for that, right?
There you go. How long did it take you, Alex, to learn the analytics?
Oh, I'm still learning. I trust me. I don't have nearly as good a handle on it as it might seem. I do my best.
Well, keep on doing that, Alex. Keep on learning it. Keep on writing great stuff. Diamondbacks on SI. You can follow Alex as well. Does some great work up there. Alex, always appreciate the chance to chat with you, and we'll do it again here in the later part of the summer.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
Alex D'Agostino. He's on the Twitter at Alex Dag, D-A-G-A-Z, at Alex Dag-A-Z. Follow his great coverage of the Arizona Diamondbacks. DK on the sports tip. D-backs on the road up at Seattle. We'll get more into the weekend series up there against the Mariners. Straight ahead. That's a 7:10 first pitch tonight. Zach Gallen on the hill, 3-4, 480 earned run average, and he will face tonight for the Mariners the right-hander George Kirby, who is 5-4 this year with a 354 earned run average. Cricket is here to get you home. She does so every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. With collisions reported Palo Verde and Aviation Parkway and Palo Verde. Collision slowdowns mostly northbound on Palo Verde at Aviation Parkway. Also, earlier crash Tucson Boulevard south of Bilby. Slowing on Alvernon at Grant. Roadwork there, travel down to one lane each direction. No left turns, Alvernon and Grant Road. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Spring's here, and while we're all hoping for a few more weeks of mild weather in southern Arizona, we know extreme heat comes next. Torture for your tires and a test for the rest of your car, truck, or SUV. So right now's the time to get road trip ready. And with 14 convenient locations, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the place. Not sure about your car's air conditioner? Need to check out that light on your dashboard or make sure your battery can make it through the summer? Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is here to help with decades of experience in Arizona and dozens of top shop awards for tires and automotive maintenance. And right now, save even more on the tire brands you trust with big rebates up to $140 back on brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. And you'll love them even more with our low price promise. Stack up even more savings when you pay with your Jack Furrier card. So check out jackfurriers.com for all the details and even more promotions. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarintucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya. Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, finding high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarintucson.com.
Full Send Golf.
You guys know how much I really love golf. Full Send Golf, 2v2. Me and VOD versus Big John and Kyle. Oh, it feels good to be back on the links with the boys.
Join the party on the golf course.
Back to golf in a big way. Now what, practice? Let's go hit the range.
I was like, let's go to the range.
We are headed to the golf, Crayo. You want to golf with us?
No.
You don't play golf?
No.
Try. We got to break par.
I'm very excited. You excited?
Yeah.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. The San Antonio Spurs won Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander struggled in Game 6. The flopping wasn't rewarded. Only 3 free throws attempted by SGA. Will SGA bounce back in Game 7? I'm Chris Black.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Diamondbacks continuing on the road in Seattle, hoping to continue the great play they've had of late.
It's in the air, right center. Gorosa, Corbin Carroll, look out! Jorge's got it, and the Diamondbacks have got their second sweep of the Giants this year, and they continue rolling along. They have won 10 of 11 to get to 7 games over 500, and they are 6-0 against the Giants this year.
So again, one of the things we've talked about here in terms of the fact that the Diamondbacks have won 10 of their last 11 games is they're winning at a clip against teams that right now are just not very good, considering the Giants are the second worst team in the division and the Rockies are the worst team in the division, and the large majority of those wins have come against those two teams. Paul Sewald locking out that sweep on Wednesday up at whatever they call it. What do they call it now? The ballpark in San Francisco.
Well, it used to. Was it not always Comerica?
No, Comerica. No, that's the Tigers.
That's the Tigers.
Play
That's
Comerica.
right.
It was.
All I know is McCovey Cove. That's all I know.
And all of that. I don't know what they call it now. Anyway, Paul Sewald on the Diamondbacks and how they are playing at a clip.
Oracle.
Oh, still Oracle. Well, it was not Oracle before. It had a AT&T, I think, before, wasn't it? Before it was Oracle?
I'm not sure, but right now it is currently Oracle Park.
Okay. All right. Let's hear from Paul Sewald. Locked up his 100th career save and likes the way the team is trending right now.
Just super resilient. We had one bad week all year, and people tried to write us off. It's so early. We're going to have ups and downs, but just people are going to say bottom half of the schedule. But You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and we did an amazing job the last 2 weeks. And, I wasn't here last year. It sounded like our defense wasn't quite the same as it's been, and Hayes took, offense to that, and they made a great, Our defense is supposed to be good. We have great players. A couple of the guys we've added late are young and athletic and really make plays. So sure makes my life a lot easier when we have good defense out there, so I appreciate it.
There you go. And this is a game, or I should say a series for him. It's going to be special. Now, obviously the Diamondbacks traded with the Mariners to get Paul Sewald back during that 2023 World Series run. And so he's headed back to a place where he got the bulk of his saves in the major leagues. But it's not the first time he's been back there, because he did go back, I think it was with the Tigers for the majority of last year. He spent some time with the Indians as well. But he did go back to Seattle last year with the Tigers. So it won't be that same first-time back emotions that you sometimes get with a lot of players when they head to a place where they played, they came up in the system and kind of cut their teeth in the big leagues. So hopefully he can continue his fine run, because, again, 14 saves this year. He's only blown one. Paul Sewald starting to look like the Paul Sewald of old, and that was one of the things at the beginning of the year we talked about, them kind of getting this band back together from that 2023 season. He was one of those guys, and not sure. He's had some struggles since leaving here, and but seems to be back on point. Paul Sewald had the one bad outing where he gave up a bunch of runs, but for the most part has been pretty solid, and that has been good to see for your Arizona Diamondbacks. And now 100 career saves for Paul Sewald, also something you like to see. Diamondbacks were 20-22 when this 13-game stretch started, of which they are now 11-2.
I had to look it up, guys, because I remember the D-backs struggling defensively at times last year. Yeah. They finished 8th last year in fielding average in Major League Baseball, and this year they're 5th. So it's slightly better. It's just those glaring Dragon Ball, those glaring moments where you have a wayward throw to first in the 9th inning that really cost you the game. I think we all remember those ones, but for the most part, they were a very good defense.
No, when the defensive fielding and throwing is usually pretty up there in regards to average, the glaring omissions suddenly become far more, especially when it's in situations where you're up against teams like the Padres and the Dodgers, where those mistakes end up becoming far more compounded, in the sense that those are the mistakes that keep you from getting into the wild card. Those are the mistakes that keep you from being at the top of the division for the Diamondbacks. So it's good to see that they're maintaining that. And again, it's not just the outfielders and the infielders, it's also the pitching, because again, the second game, I believe, or the second to last game of the series against the Giants, they ended the bottom of that 8th, not on that relay, but on a pickoff to second base. So it's another one of those situations where everybody's communicating, everybody understands where they have to be for these cutoffs, for these throwouts, and it's one of those opportunities for a team that doesn't have as much in regards to depth when it comes to top-end talent that you need to do well if you want to go and get a chance to play in October.
Of course, we got our guy, Kevin Ginkel, University of Arizona Wildcat. He's been very solid this season, and particularly late. He's allowed just one earned run in his last 7 outings. His ERA 3.18. He is settled right back into that setup role in front of Paul Sewald, the one that was, again, so dynamic in 2023, and got some of that great defense we were talking about in the 8th inning in San Francisco the other day. The throw out at the plate by Jose Fernandez off the ball that dropped in the gap, and then picked off a runner at second base to get the Diamondbacks out of that jam. Let's hear from Paul Sewald on Kevin Ginkel so far this year.
He's been fantastic all year. Couple of games where it's like, well, he pitched better than your numbers. That's what happens when you pitch 60, 70 times in a season. You're going to have a couple where you just take your zero and you walk off, and then he should be proud of the way he's thrown all year.
Yeah, last 14 innings, just 3 earned runs, 14 strikeouts for Kevin Ginkel. So throwing the ball very well right now, the Arizona Wildcat grad. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We are on Milan Momcilovic watch. The prevailing thought, at least today, is that he is going to pick Kentucky. He apparently had multiple reports that he had a conference call today or a Zoom call with the Kentucky Wildcats. So we wait. Again, I don't know that this is anything that we'll find out this weekend, but if I was him, I might take the weekend and relax and think it over. I don't think it's anything he needs to be rushed into making a decision, but would you like to see him here? Apparently, we are also hearing that there may have been multiple Zoom calls, and one of those might have also been with the Arizona Wildcats. So it could be coming down to Arizona and Kentucky. Blue Cats and Red Cats. Where is Milan Momcilovic going to go? Why do you think he would be a fit here? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on our program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Our app slaps. All kinds of great things there that you can partake in to keep up to date on not only your Arizona Wildcats, but obviously your Arizona Diamondbacks. Cardinals are in OTAs. We may get to that a little bit coming up on our show today. You've got the Mercury, who unfortunately are not playing well right now, but they'll be in New York once again tonight for the second of their. I'm not calling it a back-to-back because there were days off in between, but 2 consecutive games against.
To be fair, they're playing well outside of the 0-23 runs they're giving us.
Yep.
Well, there was a 20-0 run last night in the NBA, right?
There was. Yeah, I think the Oklahoma City Thunder missed 14 in a row, something like that.
Wow.
Yep.
Jeez. How about your boy Carter just like running over folks?
He's very physical defensively as to begin with. The highlights is really that whole stretch. The 20-0 run included Carter on SGA the whole time. Mm-hmm. And there was like 5 consecutive possessions where SGA couldn't get past Carter Bryant. And the end result of that was that baseline box out that you're talking about. That's what he's in there for, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, clearly like not a dirty guy. That wasn't a dirty thing at all. It's more matching the physicality that Oklahoma City Thunder bring into every single game. That's the reputation they've got. But he's getting minutes in people thought he'd be in the G League, guys, 6 months ago. So the fact that he's getting minutes in a game 6 of a playoff series,
Western Conference final,
on the cusp of getting you to the NBA Finals, yeah. I mean, I think it's great that he's out there.
Yeah, no, and again, if you want to go and beat a team that's beating you with force, you got to meet them with force. It's not a matter of, well, if they do it, then we've got to do it. No, it's you want to do it because they're doing it to you. And Carter's more than ready to go ahead and provide it in regards to his time on the court. And there's a little bit of that conversation about like maybe Mitch Johnson got a little bit loud at him and he kind of reacted a little bit emotionally. But, hey, it shows that he cares. He wants to be out there. He wants to learn. He wants to be able to be a part of those long stretch runs. And he's showing it. He got at the rim. He got into SGA's face. That's what you want to see from a young player.
I don't buy any of the tabloid stuff, but what I saw was SGA uses an elbow very consistently when he drives. Right hand on ball, left hand, he puts a forearm into the chest. And this is a legal thing as long as you don't push off. But SGA creates space because you know what DK SGA is great at? He's a master at?
Yeah.
The mid-range. Mm-hmm. Like SGA lives in the mid-range, anywhere from 8 to 14 feet. Right before that play that you're talking about, there were 3 consecutive times that SGA put his forearm into 20-year-old Carter Bryant and didn't move him an inch and had to pass the ball back out to another player. So, I mean, it's really Wemby. SGA does all his damage in the mid-range. Guys, SGA's shooting 38% in this series. He shot 55% during the regular season, the MVP. 55%, one of the most efficient shooting guards that we've seen in recent memory. He doesn't have that space in the mid-range right now. And, if it's Dylan Harper or, Stephon Castle, but it's that shadow of Wemby everywhere you go on the court in that mid-range area, they're getting a little bit, rushed on some of those shots. And SGA's missed some shots that he normally makes this series.
All right, coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, we'll get you up to date on everything happening with your Arizona Wildcats today. Track and field up at the West Regionals in Arkansas, I should say. And then over in California, the Wildcat men's golf team playing the first round of the NCAA tournament. We'll update you on that. In fact, our guy Dragon Ball may have some of those updates for you here. He's got everything happening in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, you did mention it. I do have it right now. The NCAA National Championship for men's golf right now taking place out in Carlsbad at Omni La Costa. Now, right now, the Wildcats are currently sitting tied for 5th, 2 under par right now. A lot of teams in the logjam at 5th, so trust me, it's more so that they're sitting in there at 9, maybe 10, but tied for 5th right now with a lot of other teams right now. The top 4 currently sitting with UCLA at the top spot. They finished already their entire first day. They are 8 under par. Oklahoma at 2, Auburn at 3, and Texas currently sitting in 4th place there. Meanwhile, the Mercury get back on the court later on tonight. It's going to be for the second straight road game against the New York Liberty, their 3rd and final road game of this trip out east. And this one coming in, the Mercury have a 4-game losing streak and will aim to go ahead and shut down Marianne Johns, and this time try to go ahead and keep her from scoring 21 points in their last contest they had this past Wednesday. Tawana Bonner also looking to avoid foul trouble. She had 5 personal fouls on the day, limiting her to just 2 points in that last contest. And a heads up, Brett Yormark, as the Big 12's commissioner, has hinted that the conference will likely discuss a possible 10-game conference slate for college football if the college football playoff does expand to 24 teams in the future. With the conference sending 8 teams to bowl games this past season, Yormark continued to tout that the Big 12 is the deepest conference in NCAA football, and they said a 10-game conference schedule is something he wants to do on different levels, but that the 24-team playoff format is something that would need to work around for the economics and avoid unintended consequences. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collision at Palo Verde and Aviation Parkway and Palo Verde at Collision. Slowdowns northbound on Palo Verde at Aviation Parkway. And big improvements along I-10 between Alvernon and Ajo Kino. Also road work at Kino and Ajo. Palo Verde and Irvington, and Country Club is closed under I-10. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
I'm Ruben Cruz. After a car accident, people ask, what is my case worth? It depends on your injuries, the medical care you receive, and the impact on your life. At Cruz & Associates, we build strong cases and fight for full compensation. No fees unless we win. Injured, call Cruz.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their
their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Paid advertisement for non-attorney spokesperson. Victory Legal Network is not a law firm. Cases may be referred to participating law firms. Compensation is not guaranteed.
Attention parents. Was your baby born premature and then given Similac or Enfamil brand formula in the hospital? Studies now show that premature infants given cow's milk-based baby formula face a much higher risk of developing necrotizing enterocolitis, or NEC. If you or your loved one had a premature baby and was given one of these baby formulas, you may qualify for significant compensation. Visit govictory33.com now to see if you qualify. A recent jury awarded $60 million in compensation to the family of a child who developed NEC. Families are now taking action. Visit govictory33.com now to see if you qualify for significant compensation. If your baby was given Similac or Enfamil and later diagnosed with NEC, you may qualify for significant compensation, but time is limited. Strict filing deadlines apply, and waiting could mean losing your opportunity for justice. Don't wait. Visit govictory33.com today to see if you qualify. That's govictory33.com.
Paid for by Victory Legal Network.
Progressive Commercial Insurance protects truck owners with specialized coverages for heavy trucks. Switch to America's #1 commercial truck insurer. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, hour number 2 of our show on this Friday. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. All kinds of fun plans. For sure, Arizona athletics in full steam as they head into the NCAA West Regionals competitions today. And then we've got the NCAA Championships for those that will qualify. A lot happening today. We're going to update you on everything in terms of that. Also get you updated on the men's golf team. As you heard Dragon Ball mention, they're tied for 6th currently. Cats are 2 under par so far. And you've got a number of teams that are under par to start this thing. UCLA is leading the pack right now. They are off the course at 8 under par for their first round. The number 1 team in the country is Auburn. Auburn is 4 shots back at 4 under. Oklahoma at 5 under. Texas and Virginia 3 under. And then you've got a large smattering, as the Dragon Ball mentioned, Arkansas, Duke. And it just flipped on me there. You got Arkansas, Duke, North Carolina, and the Wildcats have now fallen down. They've lost a stroke and gone from 2 under to 1 under par.
Following a player around 18 holes is different than following like an entire team, DK. Like how fast that number can go up and down because it's not one person, it's multiple people.
Yeah, no, this for the whole team it's been pretty tricky. Yeah, now 1 under par right now. Your main leader for the U of A as a individual, you're looking at Tian Jiang at
Tony.
He's at. He's in negative. He's 2 under par.
2 under par.
He's tied for 10th individually, it looks like, throughout the course. So still waiting for Filip Jakovic and William Wiestrand to be able to go ahead and get themselves picked up here right now.
This is not an easy course they're playing, Omni La Costa. They played it 2 years ago, and the score, in fact, Zach and Philip both played it, and they both finished over par. So you would hope that they obviously have the knowledge to be able to get back under par and keep this team afloat. Right now, as you mentioned, Tony Zhang is at 2 under. Zach and Philip are at even par. William is +1. Tashimoto is +3. So 6 bogeys on the front 9. Now, the Wildcats are still playing the front 9. They had a late tee time today out at Omni La Costa. So they're on the front 9. So plenty of, most of the guys, in fact, are playing 8 and 9 right now. So still plenty of holes left out there for the Wildcats to kind of get things going. Tony with a birdie on 1 and a birdie on 4 so far. So we'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening there in terms of your Arizona Wildcats and the NCAA Golf Championships. Shout out and congratulations. Stanford won the women's title. I believe they beat my alma mater, Southern California, earlier this week out at Omni La Costa. So we had a chance to see that Stanford team when they came in here earlier this year and won the event out at Tucson Country Club.
Didn't they have like 4 out of the top 6 or something?
Yeah, it was a very strong showing.
They finished for sure. They finished well. All right, in terms of the NCAA Track West Regionals, we are on to the quarterfinals. Some of these are in the first round in terms of some of your field events, and I think that's how that works with the field events. I think they just have the first round, and then you'll qualify through to the NCAA championships and go from there. So today already we've had men's discus, and good news there is Sam Halaufia qualified with a throw of 56.92 meters. How many feet is that? 186 feet, 9 inches. He qualified 10th, top 12 go to the NCAA championship. So shout out to Sam for qualifying there. Also, Cats did not have a high jumper. 4x100, another big event for the Arizona men's team. Their 4x100 team finished 8th overall, 39.02 for the Wildcats. That qualifies through. Again, top 12 get to go to Eugene next month. So the 4x100 men's relay team also getting through. 1,500 meters came up just a little bit short for Lowy Getch. Lowy Getch, 3 minutes, 45.61 seconds. He finished 18th, top 16. Top 16 go there. So he fell just a little bit short or qualifying. Actually, I think they may still be running that one there because it looks like there's some numbers that are missing on that thing right there. So we'll have to see. But right now, looks like he's not going to qualify through in the 1,500 meters. We are still awaiting the men's 100, which, if I'm not mistaken, will be coming up here at the bottom of the hour. And that is going to include Mason Lawyer. Now, Mason ran the first round, so this is the quarterfinal round. And what kind of with the running events, how it works is you have the first round of the quarterfinal rounds at regionals, and then you qualify through to the championships where they'll have a semifinal and then the final. And we talked about it yesterday as it relates to Mason Lawyer. He ran the 10.12 in the first round, and I was able to confirm with Arizona Athletics that was in fact win eligible. So it is in fact a new school record. So Mason Lawyer now has not only the record for the 200, which he set 2 weeks ago at the Big 12 Championships. He broke a record that had stood for 50 years here at the University of Arizona, but he is now also the all-time leader in the 100 as he broke Travion White-Austin's record, which Travion had set it just 2 years ago at 10.14. Mason Lawyer going 2/100ths of a second less than that at 10.12. So he is now Mason Lawyer, officially the fastest Wildcat in history for the 100 and the 200 meters, which are the two main sprint events. So pretty cool right there that he has come in and basically taken those records off the board. It's been a record-setting year for Arizona Track. They've shattered a number of records, especially on the sprint side this year. Women's 4x100 set a school record this year. I believe men's 4x100 lowered the school record that they had from last year. So the sprints under Coach Gabu, if you missed our interview with Coach Gabriel Mvure, or Vumvure, I should say, M is silent, Vumvure, head on over right now to Wildcats1290.com, WildcatsRadio1290.com, and or download our app, and you can hear our conversation with the sprint guru for your Arizona Wildcats, who has been responsible, or at least partially responsible, for coaching a lot of these youngsters who have broken records this year here at the University of Arizona. So really, really cool in that respect there. Also tonight we'll have, let's see, what else we got on the docket. We've got 200-meter dash. Mason Lawyer will also run in that. We have 4x400. I don't know if the Wildcats are, because they didn't run that at the Big 12s. It does not appear they're running a 4x400 team tonight. So there you go. That's what we've got on the docket for you this evening. The event will wrap up tomorrow, mostly with women's final or women's quarterfinal and semifinal events. And we'll update you a little bit later in the show on everything that's coming up with that.
It's all on Plus, right?
In terms of viewing,
you can watch it on ESPN Plus.
Yes, you can,
if you so desire.
Yeah. So download the ESPN Plus.
I am watching it right now as we speak.
Are you?
Yeah, men's 800.
Okay. I don't know that we have anybody. Let's see. Do we have
Well, this
anybody?
is not the West. This is East at the time. So it's like switching back and forth. But
I see.
All of the NCAA track events going on.
Oh, you're watching
these last
East.
3 days. Yeah.
Okay, so you're watching the East Regional.
I think
we're not in the East Regional.
Yeah, no, they're switching back and forth. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're switching back and forth on ESPN Plus. I'd imagine that's probably a situation where
there's two feeds. It was a break on the West one, so I clicked on the East one.
Yeah, right.
Very simple.
Anything happening in the East that we should know?
Well, it was the 800 going on right now on the West Regional. They're talking about the field for the men's steeplechase. Very exciting.
We do have John, and I don't think this is final yet. John Paredes is running this event. I think it's happening right now, and that's the 110 meter hurdles. He is running that event. 13.41 is his season best, so he'll look to try to advance through. There appears to be 3 heats in that to get the top 12 that will make it to Eugene, and he is expected to be one of those 12. So we'll update you soon as that event finishes here. The men's 110-meter hurdles are running right now, and then again, the men's 100 will run at the bottom of the hour. So there you go. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We'll also, coming up, we'll tell you a little bit about what we've got more Women's College World Series for you this evening. We had 2 games for you yesterday, including one that went to extra innings. Extra innings games always mess up my clocks, but heck, it was fun to watch last night. We'll get into that coming up a little bit later as well for you. A game coming. It's elimination night tonight at the Women's College World Series. The losers from yesterday will try to stay alive, and so you'll have 2 games. So 1 game tonight. In fact, the 1 game is happening right now. And we'll have the later of the 2 games, which will be Arkansas and UCLA will be the game that we'll have for you coming up here at about 6:30. Right after we get off the air, you'll have that game coming up at 6:30. And I believe Ryan Radke, the Arizona grad, is on both games tonight because it's 1 session. Currently, Texas, the number 2 seed, trying to hold on and stay in the tournament, facing Mississippi State. They have just started that game at the top of the hour, and there's no score early. Again, 8th seed UCLA, 5th seed Arkansas coming up at 6:30. You'll hear that game right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, cricket has arrived here. Cricket.
Hello.
What day is it?
What time is it?
I said, what day is it?
What day is it?
Go in order with me here. It is Friday.
Thank you for telling us that. I had no idea.
Now.
I had nobody knew it was Friday.
Now.
That's a surprise.
What time is it on Friday?
What time is it?
What time is it? Dragon Ball.
It's the...
Come on, you gotta give me your best. Who was the guy?
That is his best.
I gotta give
you gotta give me your best Bill Withers there.
Bill Withers.
You gotta give me
Okay.
Lovely Day.
Would you be surprised I don't know who that is?
I'm shocked.
It is the
weekend.
Woo! It is is the weekend.
We should start an a cappella group, I think.
Okay, so Cricket, what do you want to do first? You want to tell the people what's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend, or do you want to give them something to think? Well, before we give them, I like to give them something to think about going out of the segment.
Okay.
So let's tell them first what's happening here in Southern Arizona this weekend. What's up, weekend?
All right.
Yes.
Tonight, the Summer Night Market, 6 to 10 tonight, MSA Annex in the Mercado District with vendors, food trucks, and Cumulus Media's very own Earn Dollars and Dwayne Chavez.
Earn and Dwayne hanging out. Where's that at?
It'll be fun. It's at the MSA Annex.
Oh, the MSA, yeah. Okay, down there on the Lower West Side.
And they're doing that all summer, by the way, on the last Friday of every month through September.
Yeah. All right.
And you get the boys every time. Earn Dollars
I
and
don't think
Dwayne.
they're doing their pool party anymore.
Oh, they're not?
No, they used to do a pool party at the Tucson.
Yeah, I remember
every Saturday.
that.
Yeah.
Did that get crazy?
No, I went one time. It was okay. It wasn't like
not living in an RV crazy, but
hey there, Tiger. All right. Also happening tonight, the Loft Kids Fest. It begins tonight with a free screening of Zootopia Part 2 at the Himmel Park at sundown. That's just the beginning of Loft Kids Fest. Free movies for the kids through the summer. Summer Safari Nights tomorrow night at Reed Park Zoo. That happens every Saturday night through August
so Summer
8th.
Safari Nights has started.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think it started last weekend.
All right.
Oh, and this might be fun for us people that are aging.
Oh.
This is funny. A daylight disco ball party from 2 to 7 p.m. tomorrow at the Surly Wench. It's a daylight disco ball party. And it's so we can all get to bed early, 2 to 7 p.m.
Have you heard of the Bed by 10?
Is it like,
so there's this thing called Bed by 10, and they go around the country, and it's like a dance club for older people because you can be in bed by 10. So it's like it starts at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and goes till about 7. And they play all your favorite tunes from like the 70s and 80s. All your favorite dance tunes from those
oldies.
Yeah, the area. Yeah, it's apparently it's wickedly popular across. I've not been to it yet. I think they're coming back to Phoenix in September apparently, but unfortunately it's on a Saturday when we have a game, so I won't be able to go then. But yeah, I've been wanting to check that out.
But it sounds like they're doing it at the Surly Wench, sort of.
Yeah,
something
sort of.
like that.
Sounds very similar
to
that tomorrow.
So do that tomorrow.
What are the hours?
2 to 7 p.m.
2 to 7.
tomorrow.
There you go.
Surly Wench.
All right. That's What's Up Weekend. Now, Cricket, let's make them think a little bit because Cricket's got quotes and J-Dub's got the music for this. All right.
Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less.
Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. I like that one right there. Dragon Ball.
Are you Googling? You're Googling. Are you Googling?
Dragon Ball, hold your phone up. Where's your phone? Where's your phone, Dragon Ball?
Our phone's not anywhere.
It's in his pocket.
Where's your phone?
It's in his pocket.
You're cheating over there,
cheating.
Dragon Ball.
Nah.
You're cheating.
But no, it's a good quote.
Dub knows.
Dub, do you know?
Dub's not listening to us. He's not paying attention
Richard
to us.
Branson.
Richard Branson. Who's that? Is that an actor?
A British guy who liked hot air. No, Australian, I think.
Oh,
who liked hot air balloons quite a lot.
All right. Who is it, Cricket?
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis. I don't. Is he a poetry guy, writer, or
Author.
Author?
Correct, right, Dragon Ball?
What's he famous?
Believe so, yes.
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis is Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that series, and he was also very good friends with J.R.R. Tolkien as well.
Oh, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yep.
That's the
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings guy, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were Oxford guys.
All right. One more time. We got to go interview track girls.
Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less.
All right. Cricket with quotes every day here at 412. Also getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
And from the Cruz and Associates, personal injury attorneys, traffic center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported working a new wreck in the foothills, Sunrise near Craycroft, west of Craycroft on Sunrise Drive. Sarita Road, east of Country Club, had an earlier crash on Palo Verde near Aviation Parkway. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. You've got better things to do this summer than deal with old appliances. That's where Lowe's comes in with Memorial Day deals like up to 45% off select major appliances. Valid through 6/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Spring's here, and while we're all hoping for a few more weeks of mild weather in southern Arizona, we know extreme heat comes next. Torture for your tires and a test for the rest of your car, truck, or SUV. So right now's the time to get road trip ready. And with 14 convenient locations, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the place. Not sure about your car's air conditioner? Need to check out that light on your dashboard or make sure your battery can make it through the summer? Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is here to help with decades of experience in Arizona and dozens of top shop awards for tires and automotive maintenance. And right now, save even more on the tire brands you trust with big rebates up to $140 back on brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. And you'll love them even more with our low price promise. Stack up even more savings when you pay with your Jack Furrier card. So check out jackfurriers.com for all the details and even more promotions. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
For 250 years, America has been a bold experiment in freedom. Generation after generation, Americans have carried that freedom forward, running farther, climbing higher, standing stronger. From stadiums to neighborhood blacktops, from hometown fields to the world stage, the spirit stays the same. This year, America turns 250, and the next chapter of freedom is yours to write. All Americans can get involved in the celebration. Learn how at freedom250.org. That's freedom250.org.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, your Arizona track and field team over in Arkansas. It is the West Regionals, and we gave you a little bit of update on what's happening. The men are on the track and the field today. The ladies had center stage yesterday. Let's talk to a few of the ladies from the Arizona track and field team over in Arkansas. Pleased to be joined by a couple of the jumpers. We've got a senior in Paris McKinsky. We've got a freshman in Kaya Crook. Ladies, appreciate you taking some time to join us. I've seen that the weather has not necessarily been all that great. I've seen a lot of rain there. So kind of give us an update on that part of it and how that's kind of affected the athletes this week.
Yeah, it's been pretty rainy out here. Today actually has been the first day of like pretty clear skies, a little bit of drizzle. Seems like the same thing for tomorrow. Might be a little bit rainy during warm-up, but it looks clear for our jumping time, so we're really excited. Mm-hmm.
Now, the first, I think that was Paris we were hearing from, correct?
Yes, this is Paris.
Okay, we've got Paris McKinsky and Kaya Crook, a couple of high jumpers. The high jumpers dominated at the Big 12. The Wildcats finished in 3 of the top 4 spots. I want to go back to that, ladies, and I'll start with you, Kaya. Just what was fun about you guys just kind of taking over that particular event? Three jumpers over 6 feet. I can't imagine that that's ever happened in school history before at a conference meet.
Yeah, I think it was especially special for me because I've been out all season with the injury, really, and that was like my first big and real meet. And it was so much fun that we all 3 did that. This is my first time jumping and having teammates that I'm able to jump with, and we're all able to push each other. So it was especially fun that we all came out and got the result that we did, and we're like excited pushing each other, and I just had so much fun at that meet.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously the injury, and I think that was one of the things that for those of us kind of went there where it was surprising that we weren't sure exactly what we were going to see from you with what had happened throughout the season. So how did you prepare yourself to be able to perform at that level at the Big 12s?
I think it was just all about my mindset. I obviously didn't have as much time as I would have liked to prepare for it. But with the time that I did have, I took as much of it to learn as best as I could because there's still a big learning curve for me with it being my freshman year. But Coach Bob and having Paris and Emma at practice to push me helps a lot. And I was just excited to go out there, and I was excited to have fun. And that's really what pushes me to jump my best when I'm excited. And I love high jumping. So when I was out there, I was just having a blast doing it. So.
We're chatting with Paris McKinsky, Kaya Crook, a couple of high jumpers for your Arizona Wildcats. Cats are over in Arkansas. It is the West Regional Tournament. Paris grew up in Southern Arizona, South Point Catholic High School, and this is it for you, Paris. So I mean, I put your career into perspective for me, and what in the the emotions you're going through as this comes to an end for your Wildcat run.
Well, actually, I have one more year.
Oh,
I redshirted.
okay.
So, yeah, I have one more year of eligibility. So it's not as daunting as it may seem. It's very exciting, though. Also, Emma, my other teammate, she has one more year as well. But still, it's very exhilarating because it is top 12 that go all the way to Eugene. But we just got to do what we've been doing at each and every meet, and we should go forward.
Now, for those of y'all that really don't know the background, Paris comes from some pretty special genes. Her mother, Emma, was a dynamic high jumper, to say the least, and competed, I believe, in the Olympic Games. Won Olympic Games, was that correct?
My mom competed at a few world championships, but never Olympic team. Yeah, she was an Olympic coach, though.
Okay. Oh, Olympic coach, that's right. But she did compete at the world championships. What was that like kind of growing up under her tutelage as she was trying to maybe prepare you for the opportunities to be able to compete at that level?
It's always nice having a mentor right at your fingertips. I mean, I talk to Mom every single day, multiple times a day, and she just has so much knowledge and is there to give that to me, whether that's mindset, physical, technique. She's there. So it's always been nice having my mom with me.
What is the best piece of advice that she's ever given you in terms of competition?
I think it's basically what Kaya said. It's honestly having fun. I mean, we do this every single day. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. So, wow. I mean, it's running 8 or 10 steps. It's really not that complicated, and you just can't make it complicated. If you have fun and you have good teammates like I do with Emma and Kaya, then, you're bound for success.
Okay, so you run the 8 steps. What's the key element on the jump then?
just accelerating through and having a good layout, it just makes all the difference.
We're chatting with Paris McKenzie, Kaya Crook, a couple of high jumpers for the Arizona Wildcats. Now, for those of you that aren't maybe necessarily aware of Kaya's jumping ability, you might have seen a little video that came out in the fall of Kaya dunking a basketball at McHale Center, and it went quite viral. Had you ever gone viral before, Kaya, and did you think that was going to make you a viral star?
No, I had no idea. It was media day, and we were just taking pictures. And some of my teammates were out there just, like, shooting around. And I had dunked, like, one time before in high school, but, like, no one really, like, knew anything. So I was like, I feel like I can do it again. And I tried, and I just posted it on my TikTok. And then the next day at practice, I got done with practice, and my phone was, like, blowing up. I was like, what is going on? And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, no way. I had no idea. I was just messing around.
Now, did you play basketball in high school?
I played my freshman year, and then I never played after that. I never really was a basketball person. I just like to do it for fun.
Okay, so now that you've done that and you've got this viral video out there, is there pressure to kind of do it again and see what we can see if we can even improve on what you guys did there, what you did there?
I mean, I think so. I don't think there's any pressure at all. I enjoy it. I have so much fun with it. But now I'm like, okay, I did that. I feel like let's try and do something a little cooler. I don't know. I just do it for fun. Just go out to the rec center, play basketball, some of my teammates and some of my friends from school. I just enjoy doing it. But I thought that was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Now, you guys jump tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what, and I believe it's top 12 advance to Eugene. So you guys are literally one of the last events. So you guys have been there for, I think, since Sunday or something. What's the preparation process been like as you now get ready to do the event tomorrow?
We've been having practice every day, just preparing like we would any other meet. And it's been nice to be here and get kind of acclimated to the time difference and stuff like that. And then just getting to watch some of the meet. Like Paris and I were at the track today watching men's high jump, which was really cool. But as far as practicing, we've been doing everything the same way we would do for any other meet.
So I have to ask you about the legend. You guys are obviously jumping for a legend in Bob Myers. I'll start with you, Paris. What has Coach Myers meant to you and your success?
Bob has meant everything to me. I mean, he believed in me when I was just an average Arizona high school athlete. He saw something in me, and he's been patient. One thing that we all love about Bob is how he individualizes our workouts to what we are special at. Like, I'm more of a power jumper, whereas Emma is more of a speed jumper. So our workouts might look a little bit different, and that little bit of just focus on it makes all of us just so much better.
Kai, you've only had him for this first year, but how has he been able to help you excel?
Coach Bob has been amazing. Just being here for a short amount of time, I've already learned so much, and he's making it easy for me to learn more. And going through the recruiting process with Coach Bob, Coach Bob looks at all of us as more than just an athlete, and so we can ask Coach Bob for anything. He's like a second dad, especially for me going so far away from home. I was really nervous about doing that, and Coach Bob has been like a second dad to me, helping me out in all aspects of my life. But he's an amazing coach as well, and I've grown so much as an athlete already in just my short amount of time here. So I'm very thankful for Coach Bob about that.
Paris McKenzie, Kaya Crook joining us, Arizona Wildcat high jumpers. They'll compete tomorrow at the West Regions, and I think all three of you are in the same flight, if I'm not mistaken. Do you like that? Is that good? Do you guys talk to each other when you're in the same flight, jumping at the same time, and share information? How does that work?
Yeah, I think it's better that we're all together, just kind of how it was at Big 12s. We can support each other, give each other advice, and it's just more comforting having each other around, just like we do at practice.
Paris, I'm sorry, Kaya. What's most been cool for you about jumping with Emma and her experience?
I I think the most cool thing is just watching her jump. I learned so much. So watching both of them jump, I learned a lot. And especially when I was hurt and I couldn't do anything, like all I could do was really watch them on jump days. And so I can see what they do and like what they do right, and it shows me like what I need to work on. So I think that's huge. And just like being able to cheer when both of them are succeeding, and Emma like going to big meets, like that's so awesome. And like I know that that's like opportunities that Paris and I are going to have as well. So it's super cool that she went through all that and is able to share with us kind of her experience. And it was cool to be cheering for her. Like it was like right when I first got there, she went to Tokyo. So that was cool. That was cool to be able to follow that.
So what's the summer look like for the two of you? Will there be meets that you'll compete in? Will it be a dial down time? How will that work?
It'll be my first Tucson summer. Everyone's telling me that the weather's crazy. I'm a little nervous about that.
It's not crazy, it's just hot.
I know. Every time I tell someone I'm staying over the summer, they're like, it's going to be like 120. I'm like, whoa, I'm not used to that. But yeah, I'm gonna stay in Tucson and train, and we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
How about you, Paris? What's your summer look like?
I think that we're looking to do a couple meets overseas in Europe and kind of get used to that audience because track's way different over there. And then at the end of the summer, Emma and I have U.S. Championships. It'll be in New York City, I think the last week of July. So we'll see what happens there.
There you go. Well, tomorrow it'll be the ladies at the high jump pit, and we'll see how things transpire. Top 12 will get a chance to go to Eugene. Real quick from each of you, Kaya first, and then Paris, what would it mean for you to make it to Eugene?
It would mean everything to make it to Eugene. I mean, I've been following since I was a freshman in high school. I've been following some of the collegiate athletes at NCAA nationals, and that's always been a goal of mine. So to be able to do something like that my freshman year would be amazing, and I have full confidence that all three of us are going to go out there tomorrow and perform well and punch our ticket in for Eugene. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I would just have to say the same thing. I'm really excited, and I know that we're going to do so well. Our training's been going phenomenally, and we've all worked so hard. We've gone through a ton of injuries and sicknesses, and I just think that this is our time for our hard work to pay off.
There you go. Well, ladies, best of luck tomorrow. We'll be watching, and hopefully we've got a chance to talk about the NCAA championships coming up here in the few weeks.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Paris McKinsky, senior high jumper, Kaya Crook, freshman high jumper, along with their teammate Emma Gates. They took the top three of the four top spots, second and tied for third at the Big 12 championships, which were here in Tucson just a couple of weeks ago. It's awesome to see those three young ladies helping to dominate that event here in Southern Arizona. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. Okay, so when we come back, I will update you on what is happening on the men's side. We've got 110-meter hurdles that were being run. We've got the 100 as well, which is starting now. The heats for that, including Mason Loya, will get you up to date on everything that's happening. John Paredes was running in the 110-meter hurdles. We'll tell you what happened with him, as well as get you a golf update on the Wildcats as they hit the back nine at Omni La Costa in Carlsbad, California. Cricket is on the front nine of traffic, getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Sunrise Drive west of Craycroft. Collision Sarita Road near Country Club. Wreck on Cortero west of I-10. Cortero and Arizona Pavilions Drive that was reported as a hit and run. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Around Tucson, you've probably seen Cruz on the road across our community, because Cruz isn't than just another law firm. We care about this community. And when one of our own is injured in an accident, we can help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Facing elimination, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs responded last night, blowing out the Thunder 118-91. Wemby set out to make a statement from the start of the game, scoring 11 points in the first quarter and leading the Spurs with 28 points and 10 rebounds for the game. The Spurs held Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to 15 points. The series now shifts back to Oklahoma City for Game 7 tomorrow night. The Thunder are 3.5-point favorites in Game 7. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Well, so much for Dragon Ball's Pirates for putting money in our pocket last night. That's what we get. That's what we get for trying to hope that the Pirates can do anything for us.
Nah, it wasn't a great showing. It was an early exit for Skeens too, so made it even worse.
Since Nicole Briscoe cussed, the Cubs are 2-0. Maybe she needs to go off every once in a while.
Bro,
still had 10 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings.
Aren't there enough funky superstitions in baseball already? Like,
yeah,
she's got to go on a rant like
few.
that every time they need 2 wins like that. It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much going on in regards to like how you get a streak to go and everything else like that. There's too much superstition in baseball.
Well, again,
better to just have a lot of money and then just win.
That's a superstition right there. I mean, since she cussed, they haven't lost. I don't know. 7-2 the final last night. We had the Pirates on the run line last night at -1.5, so that did not go well for us. We took the L on that one because the Cubs win by 5 runs. Tonight we've got several things tonight. We've got hockey happening and no basketball tonight. That'll be game 7 tomorrow night. We'll dive in more on what we have in terms of a bet for that game. But we've got game 5 tonight in the NHL Stanley Cup the East Finals. So let's find out what they believe is the way to go on this one.
Chris Mack here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Montreal's shots on goal totals by period in the Eastern Conference Final read like a phone number. 362-370-5611. There's a 5 and a 3 in there somewhere, too, like it's an international number. But Carolina has smothered them with their forecheck after shaking off rust from their 11-day break going into Game 1. And I think the Hurricanes suffocate the life out of the Habs again at home tonight. I'll take them on the puck line at +105. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so the puck line is very similar to the run line. So that means that they've got the Hurricanes -1.5 goals, but to win by 2 goals, essentially to win by 2 goals or more over the Canadians tonight in game number 5. That's a +105 bet. So that's a winning. That's a winning bet there. If it can happen, are we comfortable at home tonight that the Hurricanes are going to win this game going away? That they, much like the Golden Knights did in their First
and foremost, I want to just make sure that I want to address the discussion about the Montreal Canadiens shots on goal reading like a phone number where it's like 11, 9, 8. Guess what? That's been the MO for Montreal the entire playoffs. This is a team that beat a very, very deep Tampa Bay Lightning team, only shooting on the goal 9 times. This is what they do. This is their MO. They play the trap game. They do not shoot in high volume. They shoot when they see the opening there. They pull all their opponent's strength into the offensive zone, do the counterattack, and they score. Now, in regards to do I think the Habs have enough in them to go ahead and win tonight's game? Sadly, I don't. I think, again, this has been the point that I have stressed, and I will continue to stress it, that they had
the Canes.
I don't think the Habs win tonight. I think the Canes finish it out.
Oh, okay.
In that the Habs have been punching up the entire postseason to this point. They've gotten here because they've been able to use the trap against a lot of teams' over-aggressiveness, And the Canes have found a way to play the game slow. They have the speed that they can outrace Montreal. They just have chosen to play a much slower game. They did a lot of attacks in front of the net going into the slot in the last game, which we saw 3 goals in the first period. Almost none of them were seemingly sniped in that position. So I think the Hurricanes, they close the series out tonight. The Habs do not have enough to go ahead and push it to a game 7.
All right, so two goals or more though, or
I think the Canes easily score at least 2 tonight. At least score at least 2.
All right.
For sure.
We'll take that then. We'll take the Hurricanes minus the 1.5 over the Canadians tonight in game number 5. Also, we've got some baseball for you. Vladimir Guerrero of the Toronto Blue Jays is the hit RBI run guy tonight. Westwood One says take Vladdy over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs this evening. I'm not sure who the Blue Jays are playing.
So he's going to get pulled in the third, right?
That's kind of been what's happening for us on these hits, runs, RBIs, or scoring over a certain amount of points. We can't get our guys to stay in. So that game is actually already in the bottom of the 3rd inning tonight. Let's see if he
either that or he's going to get walked, and there's only going to be a runner at 3rd, but there's not going to be anybody advanced.
He is 0 for 1. He struck out his only time up, so we still got plenty of time to get something going with Vladdy. Tomorrow night, Game 7 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals. Thunder minus 3.5 over the Spurs. Game 7 at home. Is that going to be an easy run for Oklahoma City?
There's no such thing as easy runs.
Is Tony Brothers there?
I think he's been there all series.
No,
hasn't he?
he's only been at the home games for OKC.
Only the home games.
So
does he live there? Or
the big news today is that J-Dub from Arizona, who did play in Game 6 after missing Game 5, has been ruled out. So that's their obvious second best playmaker. I think it's a toss-em game. I mean, if SGA plays like he should and makes a lot of those middies like we talked earlier, then, it's not a situation like you had last night going down on a 20-0 run happened because OKC missed 14 consecutive shots. So it's not the defense from the Oklahoma City Thunder. The blowout they had in Game 5 was due to their defense. Last night's win by the Spurs was due to OKC's not so great defense, even though that's their obvious reputation. So I really think that we could see the Spurs have no business being here. Like, they're way, way, way ahead of schedule. They're supposed to be a contender 2-3 years from now with that young core. But I really love the way they're playing. So I like the Spurs tomorrow.
I also think that the fact of the matter is that the Game 6 opened up with Wembanyama being very aggressive from beyond the arc. I think he had 2 of his 3-point shots were just in the first quarter alone. He wanted that game desperately. And now they're going to go to Oklahoma City. They've won there before. I mentioned this in the last time they played in Oklahoma City for Game 5. I do think they have the formula to beat Oklahoma City in OKC, but I just think that it's going to be one of those situations where I think SGA is going to slow the game down. He's going to get himself into position, get a lot of the calls. If he can get Harper into some foul trouble early, get De'Aaron Fox and Harper in foul trouble early, I like the Thunder in that Game 7.
Also, bear in mind that the Thunder played 2 7-game series last season on the way to the championship, including Game 7 in the NBA Finals versus the Pacers. This is going to be Victor Wembanyama's first ever Game 7. So, we talk a lot about experience and what that means, your first trip to the Final Four, your first Game 7 and all that stuff. Time will tell. I mean, Victor doesn't seem like a kind of guy who gets caught up in the bright lights because he's been in the bright lights since he was 13 or 14. But none of those guys on that roster for the Spurs have been in a game like this. So that may have a factor. And obviously the Oklahoma City crowd really gets into it. So they got a lot. They're going uphill, are these Spurs. But when you've got Victor Wembanyama, the first ever consensus defensive player of the year, unanimous, should I say, I just think that takes away so much of what the Thunder do in the middle. And if he, like Dragon Ball said, if Victor Wembanyama has an offensive, showing like he did last night, the Thunder are going to be looking up at the scoreboard and wondering what happened. Because the Spurs just kind of blew him out of the water early. They didn't match the intensity.
No.
28 points for Victor Wembanyama, 10 rebounds. You mentioned a 20-zip run. What does a 20-zip run sound like? Let's let you find out.
Wembanyama says, I don't need anything here. We'll go one-on-one. Holmgren's waiting. Wemby's turning. For 2. 3 of 3. 8 points. Vassell with a good defense, and he kept it alive. Boy, Vassell's playing a quarter. Harper lines it up. Knocks it down. Wembanyama, a three. A third triple in this first quarter. Hassel throws it over the rim and one. Wilkie's got it back. Step back. This one in the biggest blowout of the series by 27 points. The back-to-back MVP will face a Game 7. The Spurs have pulled it off, and there will be a seventh game.
32-13 Spurs in the third quarter of this game. Let's hear from Dylan Harper on the mindset change that San Antonio had for game number 5, from game 5 into game 6.
Mitch and Steph both talked about you seeming to be more relaxed tonight mentally. Is that accurate? And what played into you just playing more relaxed and getting out of your head a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, Dylan, I know Victor's always locked in, but you see him come in with I don't know if you saw with the Shaolin monk robe. And, I seen it. And he's animated like that, before the game. Did you kind of have a feeling he was going to, come out that hot of a start? Yeah, I mean, we all had a bad taste in our mouth after the last game. We felt like we left a lot on the table, and that's just what Vic do. I think that's the type of guy he is, man of his word. So when he kind of came with that outfit, I think everyone knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, he shaved his head, too. So, if you saw the pictures over the summer, he went and trained with Shaolin monks about being calm and centered and all those things. And what Victor Wembanyama said was it was actually honoring a Muslim holiday and had nothing to do that outfit he wore last night. But, yeah, he meant business going in there, shaved the head, all business. My favorite was after getting not fined but warned about post-game media availability. Did you see him in the postgame last night? He pulled a Popovich. He had 1-word, 2-word answers to every single question, and then he was out.
I did not see. I saw him holding the mic, kind of weird, but
he does that. That's how he does it.
Holds it over the block.
So what happens is they ask him a question. He pauses for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds every single time and contemplates, and then he holds the mic right up to his mouth every single time. Yeah.
If anybody was wondering how much of an influence Popovich still has on the Spurs team with all of his post-game meetings with Mitch Johnson and the crew, I think it's safe to say, no, Popovich still has a lot of sway in that locker room.
DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Dragon Ball is here. He's got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
All right, you can start setting your clocks, folks. The football schedule for the University of Arizona still has some time before it completely gets set, but we do have some start times for the kickoffs coming up here in the early months of the season. Firstly, September 5th contest against Northern Arizona will kick off at 6:30 p.m. You can watch that game on ESPN+. September the 12th game at BYU set for 12:30 on Fox. September 19th, you'll have kickoff at 7:30 p.m. That's against Northern Illinois on TNT and HBO Max. September 26th will be 4:30 p.m. against former Pac-12 conference mate Washington State on the road on CBS. And the last release kickoff time we have so far, that will be at 8:15 p.m. on November the 6th, where the Cats battle against TCU on a Friday night on ESPN. But, of course, you can always hear those games here at Wildcats Radio 1290 with Brian Jeffries and company on the call. Meanwhile, we also have the Diamondbacks continuing their West Coast trip, this time up to the Pacific Northwest as they take on the Seattle Mariners. Still under 500, but still leading the AL West out there. Arizona will be sending out Zach Gallen to series opener, and that will have a chance to go ahead and continue the winning streak to make it 6 games in a row for the D-backs. George Kirby, the right-hander, set to start for Seattle. And another story for Brett Yormark and the Big 12 as the commissioner announced that the entire Big 12 conference has become the first of the Power 4 conferences to reach an agreement to sign the participation with the College Sports Commission, the CSC as you would know it, was the agency made up last year to police name, image, and likeness payments. Now, Yormark says that he was quoted by saying that, quote, the Big 12 wants rules and enforcements, and we want to be a leader in that area. He thinks that signing the participation agreement certainly is indicative of that, end quote. This agreement requires that schools will waive their rights to file lawsuits against enforcement agency and gives it a wide latitude to sanction programs for violating rules that outline how players can be paid after the House settlement last year. It now rests in the remaining powerful schools to sign the document before it becomes valid. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slide it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Palo Verde near Drexel, south of Drexel on Palo Verde, the Foothills, River Road, and Craycroft. Flowing Wells near Wetmore, north of Wetmore on Flowing Wells, and a collision on Cortero near I-10, a hit and run. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage van tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Shh, here she comes. Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands of them.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, Remember, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we start the 5 o'clock hour with some breaking news. All right, NCAA track and field West Regionals. They have run the 100 meters. Mason Lawyer, who we told you last hour, in the first round, set a new school record. This was back on Wednesday. Set a new school record by running the race in 10.12 seconds. Today, he ran 10.03 to set a new school record. Mason Lawyer breaks his own record in the 100, which he set 2 days ago. He finishes third overall, advancing to the NCAA Championships in Eugene, 10.03 for Mason Lawyer. That is a school record. It's not a personal best because technically, and I don't know how they do that because he ran 9.93, but that was with wind aided, so I don't know if that counts as his personal best. That it shouldn't, because if you can't use that to break a record, 9.93, which is what he ran in the 100 at Big 12s, then why should that count as your personal best if it was win? If it doesn't count for records, it shouldn't count for your personal best either.
Well, if you're
that's my track knowledge.
If you're Vince Carter, your personal best is dunking over a 7-footer in the Olympics. But if you put a trampoline down on the court, that probably isn't going to be considered as your personal best because there's a little bit extra lift that you get.
Yeah, I don't think Vince Carter, if he was dunking in, like, say, slam ball, would go ahead and have other dunks that would rank over his professional career or his Olympic career.
It makes sense because there's so many different venues across the globe. I mean, obviously track and field is a global thing. So the idea that there has to be a set rule set, and I think there's, we haven't really talked about this, DK, but are you aware that there's an all drugs allowed Olympics going on?
Yeah. I was there. I could see it from my hotel window last weekend.
It's the same idea
in Las Vegas.
It's the same idea. Plus or minus 2 miles an hour, isn't it? I think that's fair. And I think it's a personal best with a little extra wind. But it's not as far as qualifying for a record has to fall within those qualifications.
My wife and I were looking out the window and we're like, "What's that little stadium they got set up there?" And it was there was like this. Looks like there's a pool and a track there, but it was called the Enhanced Games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just reminds me of John Belushi, right, from SNL back in the 70s, like late 70s. They did an all-drug Olympics.
That was a great bit.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That was one of the great bits of all time.
And the best part is almost none of the enhanced athletes won. It was all the clean athletes that were winning.
I feel bad for in fact, I posted the video of Mason Lawyer's run. I feel bad. There was a young man in lane number 1 who looks like he might have chopped his dropped a hamstring or something like that. He collapsed and fell onto the track. So unfortunate for him. But Mason Lawyer, a new school record, just 2 days after he set the school record. So again, and what's interesting, again, that's 3 times now in the last 2 years that record has been broken. Michael Bates initially set it way back in 1991. So now you've had 2 runners in the last 2 years and 1 runner in 2 meets, two consecutive runs that has broken the 100-meter record here at the University of Arizona, a school that, again, it's one of the things I've talked about consistently is we just never had a lot of speed guys. And now you're starting to get some speed guys here. And there's, and granted, it was a situation, new coach, new sprints coach. He brought a guy with him. But this was one heck of a guy, one heck of a transfer to be able to get for 1 year.
I
in
love
Mason
it
Lawyer.
when you interviewed him and you asked him what made Tucson so appealing, and he said, "My coach came down here. And I followed."
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Coach Gabu, because he said he was talking. I think he said he was talking to some other schools. He might have even been talking to his alma mater because Coach Gabu went to LSU. He might have been talking to his alma mater about going there, and I liked what he said. I got the offer and I called everybody else and said I'm pulling myself out because I've made my decision and I'm going to Arizona. Mason Lawyer lowers his school record in the 100 meters from 10.12 to 10.03 this afternoon. Also, John Paredes has also qualified in the 110-meter hurdles. That was run right before the 100 meters. John Paredes finishes 11th, a time of 13.47. He was 5th in his heat, but enough to qualify. He got one of the last two spots, 13.47. So John Paredes is on to Eugene as well. Wildcats, look, they've got some people that I think can get to Eugene and score for this particular cruise. So that's good to see. More guys qualifying through. Again, the ladies will be back on the track tomorrow for their events. We still have a few events tonight. The 800-meter run is happening right now. I don't think the Wildcats have anybody in that. In fact, that just finished. Wildcats did not have anybody in the 800. I think let's see if we have anybody in the 400 meters tonight. 400 hurdles, nobody from Arizona in the 400 hurdles. 200-meter dash, again, that'll be Mason again, so he's going to have to run that. 20.02 was what he ran at the Big 12. That's the fourth best time in the NCAA. And that's the second best time in the West. Jelani Watkins from Arkansas at 1987 has the best time in the West. He is also obviously running. They're not in the same heat, though.
It's just me, but when I think of the West, Arkansas is not one of the places that I think of.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
You got to go through Oklahoma and Texas just to get to New Mexico from there.
Yeah. Nah,
I've done that drive several times.
It's the whole argument about, okay, well, let's see. What about Tennessee is in the West for the NCAA college basketball tournament? That always seems to pop up. I was like, this team doesn't seem to fit in this particular region.
All I know is that the Razorbacks have had you talk about sprinters, right? Like that they've had some history of sprinters out there for sure.
Yeah. All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll have Cricket coming up with us in a second. In the next segment, though, we didn't get to this yesterday, but I want you to hear Derek Dixon, new transfer guard from North Carolina. So second time in Tommy Lloyd's era that the Wildcats have pulled a guard out of North Carolina here to the University of Arizona.
So let's just track it. So Caleb came here from Chapel Hill.
Right.
2 years later, Vasar came from here to there. Yeah. And then the next year after, so that's 3 and 4 years back and forth?
Yeah, 3 and 4 years back and forth.
So somebody from this roster is going to be playing for the Tar Heels.
So it'd be nice if we could get it'd be nice if we could get a game with them. Although Vasar obviously is gone, so it wouldn't be a head-to-head kind of thing, but that would be cool. We've never played. I've been here. We've never played North Carolina. We played Duke a number of times in the regular season and the postseason, but that would be cool to play a school like North Carolina. Because now we played, when you talk about we've never played, I don't think we've ever played Kentucky since I've been here. We have played Kansas, and even before we got to the Big 12, we played Kansas. And I don't think we've played Indiana, and that was not going to happen when Sean was there and his brother was there, so we knew that wasn't going to happen. Who else? Who are the other, quote, I don't think we've Have we played we played Louisville in the first Final Four or the first Sweet 16. I was here.
I was at the
2009.
game the last time Arizona played North Carolina, and it was right before you got here, DK. But it was one of the worst memories I've ever had because the game started at 9 a.m.
Oh gosh!
And the Tar Heels got up like 30-10 and won by 30, and this was in McHale. So the last time, and that was part of a home and home. Arizona played in Chapel Hill 2006-7, and then here 7-8, something like that. Might have been 5-6 and then 6-7. But the Tar Heels and Wildcats did have a home and home, but I think it was right before you got to town.
There we go. Cricket is back with us. She's just over there lounging. You are ready for the weekend.
I'm just listening. I was just listening. I felt like I was eavesdropping.
Big plans? Anything happening this weekend of note?
Not really.
Not really?
No, just walking dogs.
Walking dogs.
I got to go to the airport.
Ooh.
Whoa. Oh, yay
Whoa.
or nay?
Well,
is Paige
after
leaving this
school
weekend?
finishes, Paige likes to go and hang with her grandma because
Right.
she doesn't get a chance to do that.
That's
so she's
sweet.
every summer goes and spends a couple weeks out there.
That's nice.
Awesome. So what are you going to do for 2 weeks?
Are you going to be lonely?
Yeah. Same thing as I do every other 2 weeks. Not much is going to change. Yeah, not much is going to change.
A creature of habit.
Walk the dog and cook some food.
Yeah.
There you go.
And hang out with you guys.
We coming over.
Exactly. Maybe we will come over. We'll come over and hang out at your place. Company party.
Company party.
Just us. Just us.
Show party. Show party.
It'll be
There
like
you go.
a dress rehearsal.
Dress rehearsal.
We could practice.
Okay.
Dress rehearsal.
Do we need? Yeah. It never hurts to practice, right? You can always be better. You can always be better yourself. All right, Cricket. What is happening in this town this week? I'm actually here this weekend. I have weekend off. So what should I be doing this weekend?
I don't know. Tonight
Disco party before 10 a.m.
Disco
Right? Is that what's going on? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I might check that out. I don't know.
The daylight disco ball party.
Yeah.
Tonight there's a fire show at Sky Bar on 4th Avenue at 8:15
Like people
tonight.
blowing fire and that kind of
I think
thing.
that's my understanding.
Okay.
I think. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
If you've ever been to a Fish Show concert or a Grateful Dead show concert, parking lot, that you probably got the gist.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds good. There's also a 90s dance party tonight at the Surly Wench. Yeah, 9 tonight on 4th Avenue. Tomorrow,
the Surly Wench has the 90s and they have the disco.
Yes, they do. The daylight disco ball party. That's tomorrow. And tomorrow also at the yoga at the Mini Time Machine Museum of Miniatures.
Okay.
Might be cool. So you can.
We had those folks on our Sunday show.
Have you ever been there? It's
I've
really
not been there. I
cool.
still have not been there. I've got to get there.
It's really neat.
You've been?
Seriously, yes, I have.
Okay.
I've taken the kids a lot, the nieces
Right.
and nephew, from like all their ages too. They even like it when they're a little bit older
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's really cool. And that yoga tomorrow at Mini Time Machine Museum of Miniatures at 4:15.
Is it mini yoga?
Or it's in little tiny yoga movements, tiny ones.
Is it yoga for your hand where you're doing
The
this?
downward dog
Yeah,
or
just your
whatever it's
fingers.
called. Yeah. It's just a mini yoga party.
That sounds weird.
It's weird. It is weird. Or you could. That looks like some gang signs or something.
Hey, no.
Careful. You could chill at the Chul Friday and Saturday
Chillin' at
nights.
the Chul.
Yeah, that's back for evenings through
Yes.
through the summer. 6 to 9 p.m. tonight, or Friday and Saturday nights, I should say, at Tohono Chul, and even some fun stuff for the kids to do too.
That's my girl, Jamie Larson. She runs that whole Chillin' with the Chul over there, so go out and support her.
Yes,
I got to get over there. We went 2 years ago, but I didn't get over there last summer. So speaking of fire, there used to be this club in Cleveland. J-Dub, play me over here. I'm gonna let me get my sound up here. So there used to be this club in Cleveland I would go to, and you've heard this song right here. It's called Sandstorm.
Yes,
it's a dance song by a
Everybody-
group called
everybody
Darude.
knows.
Yeah, it's very popular in the sports industry. So there used to be this bartender at the club in downtown Cleveland, and so he would, when this song would come on, he would get the stuff in his mouth. He would light it, and on this part, he would
just get
he
everyone.
would just blow it, and then everybody would start.
That
jumping,
sounds dangerous.
bouncing.
Now, how long ago was that? I'm
That
just
was-
curious. Was that big?
That
back?
was in the early 2000s. Well, this song was like early 2000s.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was before OSHA laws really kind of came into effect. I think.
In dance music terminologies, that's called the drop here. Pump it up just a little bit more, J-Dub. This is the drop. And so when you get to the drop, he would shoot the fire right here. And then we bounce.
And then you do a flaming Dr. Pepper. so dangerous.
Back in the day. That was that was Monday nights. Monday nights. Well, it actually that's the weird part about it. It was Monday nights at Liquid Cafe. So at the time I was covering the NFL. I was covering the Browns at the time, and so Tuesday was the off day. So Monday night was like Friday night. So I would always go out on Monday night down to Liquid Cafe, and it'd be a lot of the players would come through there as well because it was like really the only place to go out in Cleveland on Friday night.
It's cool, and they had fire.
Yeah, and the bartender guy would breathe the fire.
That's awesome.
I was like, man, that's. It was really cool.
As a bartender for 10 years in the 90s, ask me how many times I've seen somebody not blow out their flaming Dr. Pepper, and it's not the one time. It's multiple times. Yeah,
I was going to say, did you
scary.
make those? You made those.
Oh, yeah. That became popular in the mid-90s, yeah.
It's so dangerous. I don't think they do those anymore, unfortunately.
Well, they put them out.
Delicious.
I think they give them. I think they do, but most places do it in front of the customer, but don't let the customer themselves blow the flame out.
Take the flaming drink, the flaming Dr.
most
Pepper.
Places, less litigation that way.
Exactly. Less liabilities, but they're delicious.
Like Cricket said yesterday, the lawyers would say you can't do
that.
The
corporate would be like, oh, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. Have a great weekend.
And from the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With earlier collisions that occurred Palo Verde south of Drexel, Flowing Wells north of Wetmore. Also River Road and Craycroft, some slowing at that intersection. Sunday night into Monday morning, westbound Speedway Boulevard near Main Avenue for some road work. Again, starts Sunday night about 7 p.m. and should wrap up the following morning around 5. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Tucson. Guy Corvetti is in town, and O'Reilly is cooking up deals with extra horsepower sauce. Feast on up to $4,500 off the spacious 2026 Suburban. Or take a bite of savings with up to $1,750 off the all-new 2026 Traverse. Call 747-8000, cruise over to Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or visit us online at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Tucson summers don't play fair. Before you spend thousands of dollars, get the facts. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We've been your local family-owned choice for 25 years. This May, we're offering a free second opinion on any licensed HVAC contractor's quote of $1,000 or more. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Call us today at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215215. That's HIM to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health. Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The French Open is underway in Paris, and the defending champion is right on schedule. Coco Gauff defeated Egypt's Mayar Sharif 6-3, 6-2 yesterday, advancing to the third round for the sixth consecutive year. The victory was her ninth straight at Roland Garros and her 26th win of 2026 at just 22 years old. She's now the youngest woman to reach 80 career Grand Slam match wins since Maria Sharapova in 2008. Meanwhile, the biggest buzz in Paris may be off the court. Reports surfaced this week that Serena Williams is eyeing a comeback, and Gauff would relish the chance to face one of her heroes.
That would be really cool, and I did say one of my biggest regrets was not being able to play her. You know, everybody's been hearing rumors and stuff, so we'll see, but I think it would be cool for the sport to have a legend back playing.
The third round at Roland Garros continues this weekend. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Erica Herskowitz on Westwood One.
Mr. Big-Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM. Yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bank guide for details. Capital One and name member FDIC.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, so we've got a couple of guards that are coming in here to play basketball at the University of Arizona. JJ Mandequit, we gave you a little bit of a scouting report on JJ earlier this week. If you missed our conversation with Percy Allen, the beat writer for the Washington Huskies, head on over right now to wildcatsradio1290.com or download our app. Our app is the best way to keep up with all of the great interviews and segments that we have here for you. The other guard is Derek Dixon, who is coming in here from North Carolina. Derek chatted with Arizona alum Jeff Goodman this week on his Field of 68 podcast. And among the things that he talked about was Arizona being the only visit he took after he got into the transfer portal.
There were other schools that had already recruited me that I already visited. So, like, there was some familiarity there. Didn't really need to visit again type of thing. But, yeah, that was the only visit I took.
And what was it? At the end, was it – you committed right after the Arizona visit? Pretty much, right? Pretty quickly after. Maybe even on the visit you might have committed? I can't remember.
Yeah, I committed after. And just it kind of just checked every box for me. Obviously, they had Jaden Bradley and Braden Burry's leaving, so there was opportunity for me to come in and compete for minutes. I think Coach Lloyd and his staff were all really great. They all just seemed like people I could trust and people that were going to be honest with me. And I think the biggest thing for me was the development piece. They all seemed to really know my game. They had recruited me out of high school, and they had just kept up with me throughout the season. So there was a familiarity there, and they just knew my game, and all the stuff that they wanted to help me work on was the stuff that I was like really looking at getting better at. And that's really what it came down to. I wanted to get better. I wanted to win, and I thought I could do both of those things there and just continue to, improve myself for the future to try and chase my dreams.
Okay, so and let's kind of roll this back to our conversation earlier about, Milan Momcilovic. I mean, obviously one of the things that Derek Dixon can do is he can shoot the basketball. Milan Momcilovic can shoot the basketball. Although we've talked the last few years about how Arizona needed to be more physical, and that was kind of the way that team last year was built. It was built to win in the Big 12. But again, I think you've got to adapt to what's available and what you have with you. Can Arizona maybe moving forward, if you get a Milan Momcilovic to saddle up against a Derek Dixon, can they win being a sharp shooting team in this conference?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously there's not one way to win in college basketball, and you'll see a lot of varying styles. The spread offense, the 5-out, 4-out sets with a lot of good shooters on the court at the same time is very popular. But as I said, Michigan made 2 threes in their championship win over UConn. Arizona did not, was one of the lowest 3-point field goal attempting teams last year, DK. But do you remember when the Toronto Raptors had 9 guys on their roster that were all 6'7", all had the same skill set? Mm-hmm. That was the issue with last year's Arizona team. For as great as they were, a lot of slashers, a lot of those guys were streakier outside shooters. So if you mix that in, DK, with 1 or 2 guys who are knocked down 38, 42% shooters, somewhere in that range where you have to factor where they are on the court at all times, with slashers, with post play, a balance of all of those things is probably the best way, because then you can attack any defense that you see. And that's the big problem, is if you're just slashers, just shooters, not a lot of great ball handlers, not a lot of post play, defenses can take away your strengths. But if you're good at pretty much everything, or you have an answer to every question, that's, I think, what they're looking at by adding Derek Dixon as a very good shooter and potentially Momcilovic.
Mm-hmm. What is it Tommy likes to say? A lot of people have answers to tests they've never taken. So there you go. That's we might have some answers to the tests we need to take in the future, for sure. Derek Dixon on Tommy Lloyd's pitch to him to become an Arizona Wildcat.
He kind of said, there's going to be a rotation of like 3 main guys, me, JJ, and Caleb, playing those 2 guard spots. And just said, JJ's a guy who's a winner, who wants to win. Caleb's the same way, competitor, guards, not guys that aren't about me, guys that are unselfish and, the type of guys you want to play with. And that was something I really connected with, because I'm the same way. I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to win, not about my numbers or my stats or anything like that. So I think that was a really big thing for me.
For Arizona fans, is there a good comparison to your game? Is there somebody that you like that, when people compare you to that player, you feel like it's pretty accurate?
I'm not really sure. I'd say.
What about parts of a couple guys' games, even
Devin
if
Booker's one of my Devin Booker's one of my favorite players to watch. A bigger guard like me can really shoot it, gets to his spots efficiently. It's kind of a random one. A couple years back, Jared Butler from Baylor.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of him. He was really good.
Yep.
Just good size guards. Not the most athletic.
Yep.
Jump out of the gym guys.
I like the Butler one.
That's never going to be me.
Yeah. No, but I like the Butler one, because you guys are both and you're kind of understated too. Like, you're not me guy, right? And
Yeah.
neither is Jared, and not
Mhm.
Book. Book wasn't either. I've known him for years too.
This Butler guy, I don't know much about him.
Yeah, Jared Butler.
Yeah.
I think he was on the championship team, wasn't he?
Oh, at UConn?
Baylor.
Oh, Baylor.
Yeah, he was a Baylor guy before Arizona joined the conference with them. But yeah, a very, very good shooter, big body. The kind of typical Baylor guard from that era.
Yep. Derek Dixon knows that he's got some huge shoes to fill with the departure of one Jaden Bradley.
Obviously, I've got big shoes to fill. Expectations are high, but that's the way I want it. Like I said, I played in those big environments. I played on the road at Kentucky, on the road at Duke. There's no environment in college basketball that I haven't seen really. So I think you're not going to get somebody who's going to be rattled by those big moments, by the tournament games, the big big matchups, things like that. Just someone who's going to be ready for whatever is thrown at him. And like you said, like we got a really good group this year. Guys, a mix of guys coming back, transfers, freshmen, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this thing.
Did you know any of these guys? Like, do you know anybody on the team really, or was it pretty much a little bit like?
Yeah, definitely like not any of them well. Played against a couple of them, like been around them at camps and EYBL and all that type of stuff. And then I met Yvonne and Mo on my visit, and just being able to spend time with them and seeing the type of guys that they are definitely helped, and being able to see that continuity that they have.
And apparently Derek Dixon likes to play himself a little bit of golf in his free time. So that was maybe one of the other things that attracted him out here to Arizona, is all the beautiful golf courses that we have here in both southern Arizona and up in the valley. So he might, on a day off, you might find him on one of those golf courses out here in southern Arizona.
I know one of the questions David Kelly is going to ask him when we get to the Arizona Men's Basketball Media Day, that's for sure.
I mean, that's going to probably be the biggest thing is how bad are the breaks on the greens compared to North Carolina golf courses to Arizona golf course? Because that seems like it would be a huge difference of those kinds of things.
I think we could do a 3-hour show. They'll let us, the athletics would let us do a 3-hour show of just us on the golf course with Derek Dixon playing hole for hole. That would be kind of cool.
We'd have to get some lav mics, though. We have to get
lav mics, and we'll let you Dragon Ball. You could follow in the golf cart with the equipment.
They got some famous courses out there, right?
Oh,
like Pinehurst is out there, but
he said he shoots in the mid-90s, so he and I would be competitive against each other. I'm around the mid-90s.
Well, the competitive thing is trying to figire out how I'm going to get the device to stay on the golf cart with like
just
some kind of like
all you got to do is
zip
stay
tie or
within.
something.
Yeah, stay within about 20, 30 feet of
Anyway,
us. There you
sorry,
go,
Jay.
Dragon Ball.
yeah, that sounds to me like a nightmare of wind noise in the background of that interview to me.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so when we come back, I'm going to update you on what's going on with Arizona golf. They are on the back nine right now. So top eight. This is the NCAA Championships. So you got to finish top 8 to get to match play. I'll tell you where the Wildcats are right now as it relates to that top 8. DK on the sports tip. One more segment to go with this week. And we'll have your Casino del Sol replay for you as well. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. With earlier collisions, River and Craycroft and Palo Verde south of Drexel. Also, just a reminder, Grant Road east of I-10 closed through the beginning of August, so you could use Miracle Mile or Speedway instead, but expect a lot of extra traffic in those areas. Speedway near I-10 and Miracle Mile near I-10. 61 the overnight low, 90 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday, and 88 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it, or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for, open 7 days a week.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees and minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap GoodRx, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, Tucson, Guy Corvetti is in town, and these deals are fresh off the grill. Sink your teeth into up to $4,000 off the powerful 2026 Silverado HD, or grab a tasty deal with up to $2,250 off the sporty 2026 Trax. Call 747-8000, roll over to Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or visit us online at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. See dealer for details.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford said all the right things when discussing the team drafting Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson 13th overall. The 38-year-old MVP said he met with Sean McVay and discussed the selection and realizes he's not 25 anymore. Stafford says he's willing to help the young QB learn as he's part of the team, but that his job is to go out there and get himself and the team ready to play first. The Rams are currently the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. Final chance for y'all to get in on this program today. All right, coming up, I want to let you know, after our show ends at 6:30, we have got Women's College World Series. Let's review a little bit of what happened on day number 1 of the Women's College World Series. Our alums, Ryan Radke and Leah O'Brien-Amico, on the call of the early games, including Texas Tech's big win.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball to first, off Richardson into right field. Around third, coming in is Panels. She'll score. Terry going to third. The throw gets away. Terry on her way to the plate, and she will score. And that is the game-winning run. Texas Tech with a run rule victory, 8-0.
Well, and that's what you come out showing. They know that they had a battle to get to the Women's College World Series this year. A lot of expectations, finished second last year in the nation, and this year they have their eyes on that championship right there. Being able to do it different ways, I think that's important. The home run early got them on the board, but then able to string together some hits, being able to take advantage of some miscues from Mississippi State and put in the run rule. 5-inning game, that's a statement.
U of A, play-by-play man went to U of A. Color analyst played here at U of A. Does not get any better than that. Mississippi State, the loser in that game, and they are down right now, mid-6, 3-0 to Texas. So it might be a short stay in Oklahoma City for Taryn Moet and the Bulldogs. All right, drama in the late game last night that we carried here between Arkansas and Nebraska. This game back and forth for sure. It was 3-2 Arkansas in the bottom of the 8th. Now, remember, bottom of the 8th is extra innings. 3-2 Arkansas trying to close it out. Huskers said no thank you.
First pitch swinging, hit hard and deep to center field, and it's gone! Hannah Core ties the game with a solo shot over the center field wall in the bottom of the 8th inning. Unbelievable! Hannah Core was over, and then lasers won.
Chris Plank with that call on Westwood One Sports. So they go to the bottom of the 10th, 1 on for Ava Kuzak.
There's a winning run at second. The 1-0 is hit deep to center field. Nebraska wins! Nebraska wins it! A walk-off, 2-run home run from Ava Kuzak, and they'll play in the winner's bracket. What a scene! What a moment! What a win! 5-3, the final score. There's a light show here in Oklahoma City, and Kuzak sparked it. What a moment. What a game.
Yeah, indeed. Nebraska on to the winner's bracket, but let's go back to that game-tying home run and hear from Hannah Core on her preparation in that moment.
Before it, I just prayed just for God to slow me down. I was moving pretty quick in the beginning, soaking it all in, but I had a little nerves. I haven't experienced this before yet, so this was legit. But yeah, just asking the Lord to slow me down. That was so cool.
All right, so the game you'll hear here coming up at 6:30.
That's a bumper sticker.
Slow me down, Lord.
Slow me down.
Slow me down. Exactly. The game you're going to hear coming up, it's UCLA, the 8th seed against Arkansas. There's a familiar name on the Arkansas roster. You might remember Dakota Kennedy, who played her first 3 seasons here at the University of Arizona. She went through a little bit of an injury in her first season at Arkansas, but back and swinging in the World Series.
It just looked like her knee gave out on the play, but she's found a way to get back in the lineup, and she rips one into the right center field gap. It's down for a hit. The ball gets away from Core for just enough time for Kennedy to take off and slide in ahead of the tag at second. What knee injury?
Indeed. Dakota Kennedy, you wonder, you have to wonder, like, if she had stayed, maybe would things have been different for the University of Arizona, but she was able to reach the World Series. First time ever, Nebraska has been to the Women's College World Series. Dakota Kennedy, happy to be there. She said, I came here to be here.
Yeah, obviously I played against Arkansas a few times in my career, just seeing how competitive they are as a team, and also just doing something that means more than me, getting this program here for the first time. I came here to compete and win with my teammates, and we've done that, and being able to do that with them has been so special to me. And again, just the unwavering belief from Coach Deifel and the entire coaching staff just throughout this entire season has meant so much.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one to have to deal with. When Dakota Kennedy walked out of that door and decided to transfer, because, again, one of the best players that the Wildcats have had here the last few years. She hit 356 as a freshman, 400 as a sophomore, 444 as a junior here this year in 53 games, hit 377, 16 home runs. That was a career high. 54 runs batted in was also a career high for Dakota Kennedy. So despite the injury, she flourished in her one season at Arkansas. So good to see she's had the success. Sad to see that it did not transpire for 4 years here in a Arizona Wildcat uniform. So that'll be coming up tonight. The second game of tonight's doubleheader in the elimination bracket. You'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. And that'll be the UCLA Bruins against the Arkansas Razorbacks. 2 games tomorrow. We'll have both games for you. We'll have two games tomorrow in the winner's bracket. Texas Tech, Tennessee. You'll hear that game coming up at noon. And then Nebraska and Alabama will be at 4 o'clock. All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay, and then I got a few more things to tell you about the weekend.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, the ladies will be on the track tomorrow. You'll have 3 Wildcats in the high jump. Emma Gates, Paris McKinsky, Kaya Crook. Kaya and Paris joined us on the show earlier. I asked Paris how the preparation is going for the high jump event on Saturday.
It's honestly having fun. I mean, we do this every single day. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. So,
wow.
I mean, it's running 8 or 10 steps. It's really not that complicated, and you just can't make it complicated. If you have fun and you have good teammates like I do with Emma and Kaya, then, you're bound for success.
Okay, so you run the 8 steps. What's the key element on the jump then?
Just accelerating through and having a good layout. It just makes all the difference.
We're chatting with Paris McKinsky, Kaya Crook, a couple of high jumpers for the Arizona Wildcats. Now, for those of you that aren't maybe necessarily aware of Kaya's jumping ability, you might have seen a little video that came out in the fall of Kaya dunking a basketball at McHale Center, and it went quite viral. Had you ever gone viral before, Kaya, and did you think that was going to make you a viral star?
No, I had no idea. It was media day, and we were just taking pictures. And some of my teammates were out there just, shooting around. And I had dunked, one time before in high school, but, no one really, knew anything. So I was like, I feel like I can do it again. And I tried, and I just posted it on my TikTok. And then the next day at practice, I got done with practice, and my phone was, blowing up. I was like, what is going on? And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, no way. I had no idea. I was just messing around.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, appreciate those ladies taking some time to join us. So I want to update you on the NCAA golf right now. The Wildcats are on the back 9. They've slipped a couple shots. They were up to -2 or 2 under, but now they're even, and they've fallen down to a tie for 10th place. Even are the Wildcats. They're playing the holes 13 through 16 right now. Filip Jakubczyk is the top Wildcat at the moment. He is 2 under. William Vistron, we had him on. He's +2. Tashimoto is +6. Tony Zhang and Zach Polo are even, although Tony has had a couple of bogeys here on 2 of his last 3 holes to drop the Wildcats to even par. They've got to finish in the top 8. So right now you've got UCLA, Pepperdine, Auburn, and Duke are your top 4. San Diego, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Texas coming after that. Texas and Virginia are -1, so they're tied for that final spot. Arizona right now 1 shot off of the pace. Plenty of time still, obviously, with rounds to go. I think they play there's 4 rounds. So 4 rounds. They play today, Saturday. There may be a day they play 2 rounds because I think they start match play on Monday, but I'll have to double check that. We'll have that for you over the weekend. But keep an eye on everything happening there. And congratulations again to Mason Lawyer, who broke the school record once again in the 100 meters today at the NCAA West Regionals in the quarterfinal round. All right, tomorrow, I mentioned tomorrow we've got softball for you in Women's College World Series. We also have one game for you coming up on Sunday. That'll be an elimination game. That will be at 4 o'clock. We won't have 2 games for you on Sunday because Sunday at 12:15, we've got soccer, a friendly for your U.S. men's national team against Senegal. You'll hear that at 12:15 right here on Wildcats Radio 1290, the first of the 2 friendlies that the U.S. men's national team will play ahead of their appearance in the World Cup. So join us for all of that action. We've got you set with a number of things coming up on Sunday and as well as Saturday. We'll be back with you on Monday at 3 o'clock. I want to thank Alex D'Agostino, Diamondbacks on SI, for joining us on the show today. Kaya Crook and Paris McKinsky for joining as well. Gentlemen, have a great weekend.
You too.
You too.
All right. For Dragon Ball and JW Madden and cricket, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Have fun. We're going to be out celebrating Joseph Blair's park opening for Mama Blair tomorrow morning. We'll have coverage of that on Monday. DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. With collisions Drexel near Cardinal, Drexel to the east of Cardinal, Broadway and Sarnoff, also River Road and Craycroft clearing. Westbound Speedway Boulevard near Main Avenue. Roadwork starting 7 p.m. on Sunday, wrapping up Monday morning around 6. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen. Until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it. Or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarintucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarintucson.com.
Attention Tucson, Guy Corvetti is in town, serving up deals hotter than a desert highway. Get $4,000 off the all-new 2026 Colorado and save up to $8,250 on the 2026 Silverado LD. Call 747-8000, stop by Broadway next to Park Place Mall, or see us on the web at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.